Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight we continue our Harry Potter series with Chamber of Secrets. Age Boomer had to put a do not disturb sign on his door, so he will not be bothered by his harem for the evening. Katie from So Many Fandoms was scheduled to be here. She hasn't shown up yet. Maybe there's a weather emergency up in far off land that she is from. But welcome Melissa Harris, welcome Troy Pacelli, and anyone else who is here. How many Harry Potter fans do we have in the house tonight? Raise your hands. I mean, internet-wise, raise your hands so we can see you. But hopefully Katie will be here soon. I have not heard back from her, but she said she would be here. But I'm here, and Age Boomer is here, and the chat is here as always. Thank you so much for showing up. So, does anyone have a favorite Harry Potter film? I don't think I have a favorite one yet, but rewatching them and diving in a little bit deeper, I'm getting a slight better appreciation for it. And
hello.
Melissa says she lost her channel again. I'm sorry. I don't know why YouTube disliked you. I wonder if someone you can call about that. But I hate that for you. I lost my Hotmail account one time, but that was a long time ago.
Was that like a scam?
I'm sorry?
Was that like a scam thing? You losing the Hotmail account?
I don't remember what it was. I got locked out for some reason, and I wasn't able to get back in. And I'm like, all I get in Hotmail anyways is like eBay auction alerts, but that goes straight to the app now anyways. I don't really need it. So, but
Troy says So Many Fandoms needs to do a weather forecast for the Wizarding Realm. Well,
yes, but first she needs to show up tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if she does not show up tonight, she will have to come on to do a movie rewatch of a movie of my choosing.
Yes. And just so you know, Big Al, my advertiser, has done thumbnails for all the Harry Potter films, A Fistful of Dollars, Captain America 1 and 2 with Leia plus size, and Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer.
I like Conan the Barbarian. I don't have Conan the Destroyer. I'll have to find that. Conan the Destroyer, didn't the guy who made that said he was sort of phoning it in? On the second one,
he might have. They really cut the budget because the first one made so much money.
It's where the money
not
go.
Spend as much the second time around, Yeah.
I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, I do too.
I still like the second one. It could have been better. I love Grace Jones in it as like the warrior woman though. I thought
she always frightened me as a child.
I know that's why I like her in that because she's like she looks like someone who can kick your ass. Okay, so that's why I like seeing her in that. What was I gonna say though? I've been cleaning NES cartridges, and I keep cleaning them.
Sounds like fun.
No, it's not really, and it's kind of like if Troy is restoring an old action figure. This is like my restoration thing.
Okay.
Like I remember on Saturday, I come from work, and I'm like, I have a tool with me, like a scraper, and I'm scraping off the old label for Shadow of the Ninja, and I have my replacement sticker for it, and I'm using the Gooby Gun, and I'm putting the new sticker on, and then like my sister's like, you just came home from 8 hours, why don't you relax? And I said, this is relaxing, okay. Compared
is
to
Shadow of the Ninja not like an 80s movie?
No, it's a video game.
Okay.
I think you're thinking of like a Ninja 3 The Domination or something. Anyway. Okay. Yes, anyway. But apparently some of these many NES cartridges I bought over the years because I was anticipating that one day I'd have a very fancy high-definition NES with an aluminum shell that cost me a small fortune. But it's state-of-the-art. Unfortunately, this thing is very fickle and only wants pristine, clean cartridges. So I keep cleaning them. And just as I'm ready to give up, because I keep going through a stack of them and they don't work, and then I'll get to one or two that are finally working in it, okay? And then I put them to the side, and I start the process all over again.
So it's more like an M14 and not like the AK-47. You got to keep it clean.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm starting to wonder if these old NES cartridges were thinking ahead. The old NES was made to look like a VCR back in the day. That's why you had to put the cartridges in front and push it down because they were trying to make people think of the VCR. The original VCRs, they popped up and you put the tape in and you popped it down. I think they were trying to say, hey, it's not one of those horrible Atari things. It's like the thing you love, the VCR. Okay, I think because the Japanese system was completely different. Small cartridges, top loading, kind of like the Atari or any other conventional game console. But no, so I have a top loader now, and I have really big cartridges for it. But it's very sensitive. It needs clean cartridges, and my copy of Super Mario Brothers is still giving it trouble. Anyway, I'm sure this is fascinating to you.
Well, welcome Jedi Masters Utopia, and welcome Big Al and Troy. Conan Librarian film. He was kind of in UHF very briefly. If anyone else saw that film other than myself.
I love UHF. I don't. I'm not trying to tell certain people what they should put on for Saturday night rewatches. Though I believe I have brought up UHF on several occasions. But anyway,
yeah, I probably backed you up on that.
Yes, but anyways, I want the Great Outdoors rewatch.
John Candy in that?
Yes, and Dan Aykroyd. Yes,
Dan Aykroyd. Okay.
So
hello, Chris P. Thank you for coming by, as always.
I want some good comedies. We got it on Chris, UHF. Yes, we do. Oh, I love UHF. Oh,
never let me down, Chris P. God bless you.
Oh, okay. So let's see.
Should we wait a little bit longer?
We're gonna wait till a 45, and then we're going. 45. And she'll have to catch up with us if she bothers to show. I'm sure she's out there saving the world and whatnot, but you know,
probably so.
Dreams are more important. Okay.
Yeah, this is so much more important than the weather. And
I don't know. I think she's chasing rainbows. Okay, the reference was there was an episode of Wiretap. It's this Canadian radio show, and he interviews a rainbow chaser, right? Okay, and this is like like these weather aficionados that love to go and chase rainbows and find out where the rainbow is.
Is this a Brie Larson film you're talking about? Rainbow?
No,
Chaser?
That's the Unicorn Store.
Okay.
I'm sure there were rainbows in the movie. This is a audio radio show that was popular in Canada. It's a comedy show. He's interviewing this guy about chasing rainbows, and then he says, "Really? Because you think you're a professional like weather chaser, but I was talking to a tornado guy, and he plays a clip of the tornado guy laughing about the fact that guys chase rainbows, while he's out there chasing tornadoes, and the chasing rainbow guys, that guy, she's just being a daredevil." Never mind. I don't know. It was funny if you heard it. I'm not doing as justice. Wiretap with Jonathan Goldstein. Funny show.
Al said he will do UHF in April, and I think we got an invite.
Oh, really? Maybe I will. Maybe I will pop on if they're willing to have more people. Okay. I think I might. Yeah, I think I might like to join up. I can do UHF.
Is that an invite for both of us, or just?
Oh, it might just be for you. I don't know. I shouldn't assume. Actually, Al and I still have to do the rewatch of Sword of the Valiant. In fact,
what's that about?
I was tempted to have it on this channel, but I'm like, the score's not even available, and it's this weird electronic score that I'm not sure if you'd like it. Oh, okay. Sword of the Valiant is Sean. It's like based on an Arthurian legend about the Green Knight. It's the Christmas season. King Arthur's in his court, and he's saying, "All you knights, we don't have one deed of valor to mark this year." And he's like, your muscles are getting soft, your bellies are getting fat, and I'm going to hear one tale of valor. Then Sean Connery rides in as the Green Knight, and then a humble squire says, "I will." Never mind. It's complicated. I'm not going to get into it right now. It's a 80s sword and sorcery movie, not unlike Conan, except it's knights in England as opposed to it being a more prehistoric type world. Okay.
Well, I think Troy's having issues tonight. He has some anger about something.
I do not have hostile energies. I have loving energies. Okay. Yeah, Creaty has just asked to work wherever there's weather. Well, I hope he didn't. Anyway, we could have Troy on for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. No, I don't know.
Do you know anything about Harry Potter, Troy?
I know a little bit. I read the books. That's about it. Okay.
Well, as we all learned last week,
we'll wait another 5 minutes.
So, Chris P. Sword of the Valiant with Sean Connery has the Green Knight. Saw that years ago. How many years ago?
It finally got a Blu-ray release. I was very happy. I picked it up on Blu-ray. And I told you, I think I mentioned that to you a while ago. I picked that up with Hardware. Remember Hardware, which I still haven't watched yet.
And you still don't need to.
You know something? It says it's a cult classic. It's got Dylan McDermott in it. Listen to me. I had to get the free shipping, and every time I looked at a movie that I was interested in, it said sold out. Okay, because it's like these limited edition Blu-ray place. Like they only produce them in few number, and like I think I looked for what was the name of it? I looked for Spasmo, and they were out of Spasmo. Okay, so I couldn't get Spasmo.
Is that like the movie you were talking about before?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the movie named Orgasmo, which will now get us banned off the platform. It just has a hand with a mouth on it on the cover. I've always wanted to watch it, and I figure, okay, I'll get it. And of course, it's out of print when I go to order it. Okay, so it was that, or some Jennifer Connelly movie where she's a teenager in a opera, or like a young adult, and she's going to be in an Italian opera, and like I guess she gets possessed by a ghost or something. And that one looked kind of interesting to me, but people said the male lead was terrible in it, like a bad actor. So I didn't.
Spasmo,
SMO, I believe.
Oh, DVDs, Blu-rays, disc. Okay, let's see what.
Comedy for April Fool's Month. You guys should do The Great Outdoors too, maybe. I'm trying to think. Actually, you guys all pick something.
It's got like a Mystique-looking person with a mouth on her boobie.
Maybe that's what it is. Never mind. Okay, I thought it was the hand. Okay. I don't know what it's about, but it can't be bad with a title like that. Come on.
Okay.
So I don't.
1560 brand new DVD on eBay.
Yeah, but that's not the version that I was getting from this company. This is like their special remastered version that's even more remastered than the previous Blu-ray. And that's the one I wanted to get, but they were out of it. So
different one with a hand coming out of a person's forehead.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know which one they were selling. Maybe it's that one. Okay, but I'm done. I'm giving up on Spasmo right now. Okay.
Okay. Well, the blue one I think came out in 1974, and the one with.
Did they remake it?
It says Blu-ray disc 2015.
That's just the Blu-ray. That's probably when it was published on Bluray.
Oh yeah, 1974.
That can get confusing to people. That happened with like they re-released the 70s Murder on the Orient Express, but it had the publishing year of this year, so people thought it was the new Murder on the Orient Express, the one with Johnny Depp, who will not be in the new Fantastic Beasts. There you go. I brought it back to Harry Potter.
I heard Amber Heard is going to be the acolyte in the new Star Wars series.
Yeah, it's a rumor. We'll see. we got some interesting stories for Sunday. We have apparently they're going to remake The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, that's great.
And it's going to be done by one of the people that worked on the Watchmen television series, which was critically acclaimed by people that hate us. Okay. Anyway.
Do you have the Matthew Flynn, my first international watcher? Welcome, sir.
He's cool.
How are you? Do you have the Alien 2 disc set from Entrada?
I don't know if we have. Actually, I have a question for you, Daniel. Are you on MeWe?
I signed up for it, but I can't seem to log into it.
Okay, well, I'll have to help you with that. Yeah, because I'm going to be leaving Facebook for a bit. But you can also reach me by email too if you need to contact me. But but we'll try and get you on MeWe. Let's see what else is going on. Melissa Harris says, and Son says, Watchmen garbage TV show. You didn't even give it a chance, Melissa. I'm sorry.
Start calling you Professor Geek.
No, I know. No, I'm just. I have access to it. I could watch that if I wanted to, but I'm not inclined. I did. What did I watch?
Troy did have a very nice Doctor Who stream with Matthew Flynn.
Yeah, I listened to some of it. I have to finish that up. I have so many streams I'm catching up on right now. It's crazy. And my poor Nintendo Switch is collecting dust. I need to play more video games. It might put me in a better mood. Play some Zelda. Play some Mario.
I am supposed to be on the professor's Heroes show next week.
Oh, don't spoil the heroes you're picking.
He said I had too many, and I was like, "You just
how,
want me to take
how
out
many
Fan
did
Man.
you? How many did you do?
How
many?
8 or 9.
I was pushing it with 5, dude. I would do 4.
Yeah,
I think 4 is a good number.
I got it knocked down to 5. So.
Yeah, at least 5. I'm even thinking I should have cut one of mine out, but I had to put Lupin the Third in there. I had to put Robin of Sherwood in there. I had to put Conan the Cimmerian. Well, he's also the barbarian. He's many things.
Yeah, I was trying to find like the people who probably had like the greatest effect on me ever. So I got like Troy and Chris P and Melissa Harris and Fan Man.
Cool.
Big Al,
so, Yeah. He did Did he do Big Al already for the Heroes stream? He must have done Big Al. Yeah, he was probably earliest ones. I might have heard that. But yeah, okay.
Well, I'm getting ready to start the film without Katie.
We're gonna have to start it without Katie. Hopefully she'll pop in. Say hi at least.
I
told you, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pick out the movie she's going to have to replace us with if she doesn't show up tonight. And it's either going to be The Slayer, The Mutilator, or The Microwave Massacre. Okay?
You made those up.
I did not. Those are actual titles. Anyway, let's start the movie.
Wow.
Those are legit movies. There is a movie called The Microwave Massacre. I've never seen that one, though. Okay. I'm catching up on my video nasties, okay? All right.
On a side note, this just came out. You can find it on Amazon for half price, which makes it like $12.50. John Williams in Vienna. This was the concert he gave last February in Vienna. I hope it's not his final concert, but I mean, it could be. 2-disc set. This is the live edition. There's a non-live edition with all the clapping and everything taken out. Buy this one. The sound on this is amazing.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
So.
All right. Are we going to do the 3, 2, 1?
Yes. Let me get back to my screen. 3, 2, 1, play. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Mine is, I got the little spinny thing going.
Are you getting clouds? Oh, yeah, there's the Warner Brothers logo. Okay.
You're already ahead of me.
I'm ahead of you?
Where
are you now? Let me know when your Warner Brothers logo disappears, okay? I'm going to pause it, okay? Let me know when it disappears.
Waiting.
Is it buffering?
Yeah, this is starting to piss me off. In the meantime, I guess Katie could show up while my thing is...
Why don't I just restart mine to the beginning, okay?
Yeah, why don't I do that too?
There we go.
Here we go. I've got sound.
Okay. You got clouds?
I've got clouds.
Okay.
I got Warner Brothers coming out of the clouds.
I don't have the Warner Brothers yet. Let me fast forward a couple microseconds. Okay. Let me know when it disappears. Did it disappear?
Just now.
Okay. Let's hit play.
Harry
Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is my favorite of the Harry Potter books. Okay.
Is it your favorite of the films?
It's not bad.
Okay.
It cuts stuff out, and I'm looking at the time on this, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So
yeah,
I don't know what they cut out. Okay. I've often wondered, Warner Brothers would have never done it, but I often thought it might have been neat that after maybe the team that did, Justice League and, Batman, the animated series, that they had maybe tried doing an animated Harry Potter series, and each episode could have been a chapter of each of the books, and they just could have done each book and done it
coming
in the style.
to HBO Max 2022.
Yeah, well, they could have done in the style of like Batman, the animated series with the Harry Potter characters, or at least done good quality animation, but never mind. I don't know if that would have been a good idea now, considering where Warner Brothers is. Like one of my issues with.
Oh, go ahead.
One of my issues with a lot of the Warner Brothers animated movies now is that their quality is down. Oh, here we go.
So, like when I first saw this movie, it says music by John Williams, conducted and adapted by William Ross, and I thought, what? Did they just use the same music and have someone else make it fit.
Is it like the Superman 2 soundtrack?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. John Williams had 2 Steven Spielberg films and a Star Wars film to work on that year. Now that's a lot of work, and then you throw in Harry Potter. So he wrote some new pieces of music. He went to William Ross, who he had never worked with before, which is kind of odd. He just went to him and said, I want you to adapt it, and I want you to conducting assignments and the scoring sessions. But that's the most that he did. I don't know if William Ross wrote new music. I've heard that everything that's in the film was approved by John Williams. I don't know how much I fully believe that or not. It just doesn't sound like a complete, legit John Williams score to me. And so I'll point out sections that just don't quite jive for me.
It's like the Superman 2 soundtrack then. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, in parts of Superman 2, I would argue it's literally the soundtrack from 1 that they just repurposed.
I enjoyed Superman 2 soundtrack, but it's odd you mentioned Superman 2 because Superman 4, John Williams wrote some new material and Alexander Courage adapted the original material for the film.
Interesting.
And then Superman Returns, John Ottman, they got the rights to use the Superman theme, and John Ottman wrote new score material and he expanded the theme. I thought he did a wonderful job in Superman Returns. I love Superman Returns.
That did have a good score. I do remember now. Yeah, here in the theater. We have Dobby. Dobby. Do we like Dobby?
Dobby is one of the new themes in this film. A lot of the music that was written was not used though. Originally, this scene had all music, but it was cut out editing. Speaking about cutting out, the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes, but the entire score runtime is about 2 hours. So there's, unlike the first film, which is pretty much wall to wall, this film lacks a good portion of music.
Interesting. Well, tries a comment. Harry's home life reminds me of the kid from Time Bandits. Yes. Oh, I love Time Bandits. That was another childhood favorite of mine. Oh, you're in for a treat if you ever decide to watch it. Terry Gilliam. It's Terry Gilliam's attempt at a family movie. I would argue it's a family picture like a Harry Potter movie, but it's still dark and weird in that great British way. Okay, so it's. I'm not even going to get into it. It involves time travel, among other things. Okay. Well, it's the keeping up with the Joneses. You got to be showing off your house. You got the fancy cake you got down there with the purple icing.
I still don't like these people. They're not very good people.
No, they're not. But you like saying that they're not supposed to be. So when the bad things happen to them, you can chuckle. Okay, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Harry Potter must go back to Hard this year. Okay. Oh, he mustn't go back there. Is that what he's saying? Yes. Yes. Mustn't go back. Yes. I'm not going to stick around here for the whole year. This place stinks. Okay. He's already grown a little bit since between the two movies. Okay.
Yeah. Children will do that.
But they were shooting these things in quick succession, usually, at least these two. I think this came out the next year, didn't it?
Did.
Yes. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah.
They had a break from the time it wrapped filming. I think they started filming like a week or so after the first one came out. So they got right back into it.
What the devil are you doing up here? I was just ruined the punchline of my Japanese golfer joke. Yeah, this does not sound funny. I bet it wasn't funny.
A lot of talk about Time Bandits in the chat. Maybe I should watch this one day.
Time Bandits is a good movie. In fact, that's one of the few movies I got the Criterion DVD. It was not anamorphic widescreen. I eventually bought it on Criterion Blu-ray. That's how much I love that movie.
Did you ever have a Laserdisc player?
I did not. Interesting story about that. I was attending film school, and it's funny. This actually ties back to a Terry Gilliam movie. And the professor was showing us a audio commentary track from the director for the movie 12 Monkeys. And I'm like, what? There's a second audio track on the disc that you can access, and it has the director's commentary? I need to get me one of these Laserdisc players. Okay, I was very excited. And then I heard of this new thing coming out called a DVD player, and I was kind of torn. Do I get the Laserdisc player or the DVD player? Not as much stuff out on DVD. And then I looked at the cost of the DVDs, and they were $19.99. And I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna bank on DVD because this is gonna replace the Blu-ray, the Laserdisc player. I bet you." And little did I know that it was gonna replace the VCR. So
it did.
I was so excited though because I also Japanese animation Laserdisc could have both the English track and the Japanese track on the same disc, and you could turn the captioning on your TV and get the Japanese subtitles. And I was like, "Whoa!" Little did I know they'd be a lot fancier when the DVD came out. You kids have no idea. We were stuck with awful VHS. Yes. Okay, he's trying to get Harry Potter into trouble, so you're not going back to that school. Oh, now you're going to disappear, Dobby. Great.
Spoiler warning, Dobby who dies later in the film.
Why are you bringing that up now? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. You going to bring up other characters that die, too, as we see them on screen?
Who else dies?
Stop talking, please.
Okay.
Don't do that.
But my point is, if they had carried Dobby's theme throughout the entire rest of the series instead of dropping it pretty much after this film, it would have had a more emotional weight. That's my point.
Okay. Yes, I know. That's fine. We like Harry ain't going nowhere. You're going to be stuck going to, what is it? Is it private school? The kids that can't pay go to, and public school is the paid school. I don't know how it works. Matthew Flynn would know. Okay. I don't try to act like an expert, but I do watch Midsummer Murders, so I think I know England pretty well. Okay. I'm sorry. I also watch Grantchester. I'm also watching All Creatures Great and Small. Right, I actually do watch a lot of British television. I'll say that.
And now that's not the original one, correct?
Original what? The original run?
No, All Creatures Great and Small. It's
the new one. They've done a new one. Yes, okay. Brand new. I'll have to watch the old one to see if the same storylines get repeated. I like the flying car. That's pretty neat. Wizarding World created the flying car before we did. That's embarrassing. Okay.
I feel like there should be a different musical piece here. I feel like this was cut and pasted.
Probably. Yeah. I remember seeing this in the theater, and this was one of the few Harry Potter experiences that was a good theater going experience because it wasn't annoying. There were no annoying kids sitting next to me. Nobody getting a speeding ticket on the way back home, which happened after Goblet of Fire. There's none of that. Oh yeah, just a nice, pleasant film, and I still have Two Towers to look forward to in a few weeks. Okay, good times. Remember Two Towers
beat this at the box office.
Well, yeah, but this probably still did pretty well. Okay.
It only did $880.3 million.
Okay.
On a $100 million budget. So.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they bothered making any more.
By the way, Harry, happy birthday. There we go. There's the car. That's actually a neat effect. That actually works, I think. It's not bad.
I think it still holds up well.
Yeah, that holds up well. What kind of car is that?
An old car.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's probably English. I'm not sure. Okay. You got the pigs. Do they have the denoming the garden scene in the movie, as I recall? Or did they cut that out too? It's a funny part in the book. They have to denome the garden. Okay. You have to pitch the gnomes. Because
they got the little things they pull out of the pots and they scream.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to remember now. This is nice. You get to spend time at the Weasleys, okay? The mother is a good cook.
I think their house is kind of cool.
I'd like to live in a country cottage.
Troy, I sent you a link in your Messenger account. If you still have Messenger, I don't know. You never respond to like the videos I send you anymore. I don't know if we had a falling out or you just moved on to better things.
He's not on Facebook anymore.
He doesn't have Messenger.
I don't think so. I'm gonna be off of Messenger soon too. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to have. We're gonna have to adapt to MeWe for you. Okay.
Okay. I mean that's fine. I mean
I have my reasons. I'll tell you about it after stream. Okay. Oh, Ginny Weasley. She's petrified. There she goes running. What
Matthew
did I do?
Flynn, thank you. The flying car is a Ford Anglia. Is that how you say it?
Ford Angela. He has a job at the Ministry of Magic, right?
I knew that. Someone told me that.
That's.
See, I feel like there could have been like a Weasley family theme that they could have thrown in here. That would have been nice.
I'm surprised there's never been a radio adaptation of Harry Potter. You would think that would have happened.
Yeah. But don't you think the Weasleys need a family theme? I think they do.
Yeah. I'd like some eggs.
And at no point am I knocking John Williams. I understand you got Star Wars and you got 2 Spielberg films in the same year.
AI was one of them.
AI and Catch Me If You Can. He'd gone from Star Wars.
Well, Spielberg was busy that year.
Yeah, to writing Catch Me If You Can and doing what work he did on Harry
Potter.
Look,
there's the Weasley owl.
and yes, Troy, Ginny ends up marrying Harry in the final movie.
You know,
I know that. Yeah.
I don't know if did they marry in the movie? I know they get together in the movie.
Well, it shows them in the future and they're married with children.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, but we don't see the marriage ceremony. That could be a movie. Okay. That could be a movie.
Yeah.
The wedding gone wrong, right? It's not going to happen.
It could be like a rom-com.
There you go. Okay, flu powder. I'm wondering if depending on how much you take of that powder, does the journey go well or not, right? Like if you only take like a sprinkling, does like your foot get teleported instead of like your whole self?
Ooh,
I'm sure they explained it in the book too. She's pretty detailed on that sort of thing. I'm going to take flu powder. Okay, so the denoming of the garden, not in this movie. Thank you. Neither was the food that they ate. Okay. Everything's cut out. In the video game, you got to denome the garden. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I'm going to talk about the Harry Potter video game for GameCube.
Katie had 3 things she had picked out to talk about during this film.
Well, hopefully, we'll see. It's a long movie. Maybe she'll show up at the tail end.
Maybe she just fell asleep because she does have to get up at like 2 a.m.
Has to get up at 2 a.m.
That is kind of early. 2 a.m. is kind of early.
Well, look at these evil masks. Oh, no, those are actual heads, aren't they? Okay. Oh, yeah, he's in a place he's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's overhearing stuff. This is a creepy part in the book. Yeah, I think so. Or no, I think it's just a disembodied hand. That's why these books are fun. Okay. Again, though, you got to denome the garden in the game, but we won't bring that up. Okay.
So, is this like, for people who read the books, this like the ghetto of Diagon Alley?
I think this is the seedier area, maybe. Okay. Like maybe where the more the criminal types might hang out. Do you understand? In the Wizarding world,
Yeah.
the dark web of the of the Wizarding world. Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Chris P, that's probably a good reference. Am I the only person on the stream who has not read the books?
of what, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Well, the House of the Clock and the Swell. That's another book. You know that book, right?
I'm sorry, the which book?
The House with a Clock in its Walls.
No.
Written by John Bellers. No. Okay.
No.
They made a movie out of that more recently. Eli Roth made it. Jack Black starred in it. And what's her name? Kate Blanchett. Yeah, she was in it too.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Jonathan Bellers. I used to read his Johnny Dixon mysteries when I was a kid. I would argue he wrote horror books for kids. That's how I would describe those books. Okay. Gilderoy Lockhart, Magical Me. That's Kenneth Branagh.
Thank you, Troy. I don't feel so left out. Thank you. I wanted to ask the females in the audience, does anybody swoon for Kenneth Branagh in this movie?
Kenneth Branagh?
Yeah. Lockhart dude, which is another
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah. He does get his own theme in this film, although it's not used a whole lot. It's kind of introduced and then it's kind of left.
I know more about Harry Potter than I probably should. That's what I'm thinking right now. Because I'm not like a diehard fan or anything, but I do know a bit about this. Okay.
Did you read all the books?
I did.
I think you're a hardcore fan.
It's no, I
Although these bookshelves look a lot like my bookshelves.
Look who's fawning. Hermione's fawning over him too.
Yes, Troy, Hermione does look pretty hot towards the end of these films.
We're not going there. This film. Let's not go there.
No, not here, not
okay,
here.
I'm just saying.
And you are correct. What a disappointment later in life.
Well, yes.
What about Helena Bonham Carter, who plays Bellatrixia Lestrange?
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Okay.
Not Trixia. Yeah.
Trixia, sorry.
Draco Malfoy.
I went to a Harry Potter premiere for one of the films, and this lady was dressed up as Bellatrix. I know who she was, and I was like, "So who are you dressed up as?" And she kind of laughed at me. I'm Bellatrix, and I'm like, "Wow, you can work your tricks on me." She had 3 kids with her, but no husband. So
okay, well there you go. Never mind. Okay.
Now this guy right here, Jason Isaacs, was in The Patriot. He played Colonel Tabington, who was the naughty British colonel in that film.
In what movie?
The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Yes. Now he plays Lucius Malfoy, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That's his name in this. Yeah, he was he played what's his name? The Warlock. He was the Warlock.
Yeah.
In the Warlock horror movies.
I don't quite get that comment. I'm sure you're not talking about me because I don't need fuel injection cleaner. I made a joke there.
Okay. Oh, the doggy's not happy.
I don't know what his problem is. He's had 2 Kongs with peanut butters, a cow knuckle, and he's got a new toy. So
must be the Weasleys. This guy always plays villains.
Now think about it here. If you had a Weasley theme and what's the guy's name? What's their last name? Malfoy what?
Draco Malfoy?
Okay, Malfoy.
Lucius Malfoy. Malfoy is the last name, yes.
Yeah. If you had a Malfoy theme and a Weasley theme, and they could work against each other. I would have liked to have heard that.
Lucius Malfoy. That's Julian Sands, right? I'm not getting them confused. Jason Isaacs. I'm confusing Jason Isaacs with Julian Sands. I apologize. Julian Sands was the warlock. Okay. They look similar, especially when he's got sporting the blonde hair. Okay.
And that's where he slipped the book over to Ginny, right?
Yes. Yes. All right. This was the plot. Yeah, because Lucius is still loyal to he who shall not be named.
Doesn't he have to be because of some kind of bond breakage or something?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I didn't get that impression because when he comes back, when the big bad guy comes back, he's actually angry at Lucius. But I would argue that he was sort of like he was trying to bring him back this in this weird way in the movie. Okay,
I mean the plot's a lot similar to the first book.
What does happen here?
They can't run through the wall. Jerry Goldsmith, I believe, did the film score to Warlock. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 97% sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. They can't get there because Dobby is using magic to prevent them from going through, correct?
Yeah. So
Dobby does not want him to go to school.
Is Dobby a wizard, or does he just have
Dobby is a house elf. He's an elf. That's why he can do magic.
So all elves can do magic?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But they're basically serfs might be the more politically expedient term for that. This was smart. They got in the flying car. Okay. This part was funny in the book. They're eating chocolates in the car while flying. I think he got chocolates for his birthday, Harry Potter, from one of the Weasleys. So it's like, we'll eat these on the trip, we're flying, we're going in style. Okay. And the invisibility booster. Let's go lower. We need to find the train.
I believe this is Scotland through here.
Interesting. It's very green. Beautiful countryside.
Where are you at, Matthew Flinner? Are you in like England, or are you in Scotland, or the borders, or Wales, or I think you probably told us at some point and I just don't remember. I apologize for that.
I like this part. That's from the book. They end up in front of the train. I remember that.
I feel like this is one of the parts of the film music that's not cut and pasted. This to me sounds all real.
Yeah. In defense of the director, I get it. You have to cut stuff out. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why I almost wish what they would do with these movies is just film everything. And then when they bring it out on DVD, maybe even offer an option of watching it segmented, like in episodes. That might have been neat. Or even just have like a much longer version. Like with the
Warner Brothers.
That's what they did with the Lord of the Rings movies. They added all that extra stuff. Yeah.
Warner Brothers was originally thinking like, should we make 2 books into 1 film? And Chris Columbus was like, no, each book needs to be a film. But could you imagine if they had put 1 and 2 into 1 film?
That wouldn't have worked.
3 and 4 into 1 film?
No. I heard at one time Steven Spielberg wanted to direct the first Harry Potter movie.
But he did.
He was going to make changes, though, that J.K. Rowling didn't care for.
Yeah.
The changes end up happening regardless, though. But okay, all right. I do love the part with the car. This is a fun story. This whole book, this movie. I like the car spits out I think the luggage and then it runs off into the woods. Now, I'm trying to remember if that ever comes back later on. I'm trying to remember if they ever run into the car again.
The car or the luggage or
the car again.
Yes, it comes back. Oh, I won't spoil it.
Well, I've read the books and seen the movies. It's just been a while. Okay. All right.
Okay,
there we
you're
go.
in England proper. Okay, cool. I've been to Scotland and Ireland, but I really haven't been to England aside from changing airplanes.
Okay, Matthew Flynn, I have a question for you. I watched that Midsummer Murders show. Why does so many murders happen in Midsummer? It's like every week. I'm kidding. I'm just Midsummer Murders. I get a kick out of. Every week it's something new. Like there's a like a rabbit breeders convention in town. So of course there's a murder at the rabbit breeders convention. Okay.
Of course, those rabbit breeders. You
like the best in show, but for rabbits. I'm not kidding you. That was an episode. And I probably thinks this is something that exists, and that's just I think my hobbies are sad. Okay, it's
like video game cleaning.
Yeah. Oh, we're done. Okay, smart guy. These are vintage games that you can't get anywhere else unless you're emulating them illegally. Not that I'm going to cast stones, but anyway.
Was there a murder every week on Dexter, Troy? I never watched Dexter, but someone told me like every season he had to track down a new serial killer.
The Whomping Willow, that's what that's called. Yes, thank you, Crispy. It locks the luggage out. I think if I remember in the book, they said it sounded like a yelping dog when it ran off the car. Okay, I think they mentioned it. There's Scabbers.
What's the guy's name?
Yeah, we don't like Scabbers. Yeah, that's the big reveal later on. It's like one of Voldemort's henchmen. We got changed. Dad's gonna kill me. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So I think he wasn't allowed to actually be doing that on Muggle property. So he's probably going to get put get disciplined for that. Are they going to miss? They're going to miss. They miss the welcome feast, don't they?
Yeah. Yes. Now, one thing Katie mentioned last week was how the colors on the film changed, and this is the last film where it's got these nice gold warm tones.
It has nice bright colors. Yes. Okay, there's Filch. Oh, they were seen no less by 7 Muggles.
And it's Hans Gruber, the best villain from the best Christmas movie ever.
Oh yeah, they got this. You risk the exposure of, not to mention the damage you inflicted on a Whomping Willow. It's been on these grounds since before you were born. Snape.
Imagine if Snape had a theme like right here.
Oh, you'd have to transfer to Durmstrang then, huh? They get kicked out of Hogwarts, right? I'd assume there's an American wizarding school as well in this world.
That's in
Boston?
The Fantastic Beasts movie.
Okay, I know that
they come to America.
Yeah, I know that they mentioned that there was. I think there. Yeah, Salem, Massachusetts. There's a wizarding school. I think they mentioned that. Naturally, right? Okay. I assume
a pretty cool town. Have you been to Salem?
No, I don't think so. I went to Boston a couple times.
I miss Boston.
One was for an AWP. The other time was a class trip to Boston. 8th grade.
This tracking shot right here feels out of place to me. Because I don't remember tracking shots like this in the first film.
No, it feels different a little bit.
But it's still Chris Columbus directing, so I don't, and it's not the only tracking shot either. There's a couple of them in the film just like that. And when I first saw it in the theater, I'm like, this seems out of place.
Oh, Matthew Vance says, I don't know. It's a TV show. Yes, I know. I'm sure it's not accurate. I'm just messing with you. Who knows if Midsummer even exists? I don't know. You know? But it's been on since like the 90s, Midsummer Murders. Did you know that? You get 90 minutes of murder each week, okay? Crab and Goyle.
Does this almost seem cruel to these little creatures?
Yeah,
I mean, he's
you
like,
know
I'm
what?
just hanging out in
I
my
don't care.
pod.
I don't care, man. If it's freakish and ugly, I don't care. Okay. Oh,
I mean, they're not cute like an Ewok.
yeah. Yeah, Ewoks were designed to be to sell stuffed animals, I
Self-toy.
believe. Yes. Okay. It's biting his finger. That's why you have to wear the gloves, right? Nearly headless Nick.
And that's John Cleese,
Yeah,
right?
they skip my favorite part of the second novel in this movie, and that is the headless Nick Death Day party. It happens on Halloween, and they say, well, we can either go to the Halloween feast or go to Nearly Headless Nick's Death Day party. Which would you pick?
The Death Day party?
Yeah, well, that's what they did too. That was the mistake. Okay, the Halloween feast. It sounds like a good time. I'd like to go to it myself. Nearly Headless Nick's Death Day party is him and a bunch of other ghosts hanging out. There were refreshments for the ghost, which was a big piece of moldy cheese on a table, and like the one ghost puts his mouth over it, and like Hermione says, "Can you taste that?" Oh, just barely. Yeah, like it was like horrible. And then the Headless Horseman Society shows up, right? You know the Headless Horseman Society?
Wow.
And they show up at the party, and they would never let Nearly Headless Nick in because he's only nearly headless. He can't be allowed into the Headless Horseman Club. Do you understand? And he was very upset about that. And then they crash his party, and he gets even up. It's like it's a big disaster. Okay, they should have gone to the Halloween feast. Okay. Do you like that? What's that known as, a screamer?
Screamer.
Oh, Ginny, congratulations, making Gryffindor. Awkward.
They did do a good job of casting all these kids.
J.K. Rowling has quite the imagination. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Would I have thought of putting that in there to scold him with? No. All the little details, okay? This is a living, breathing world. I mean, talk about, you want a masterclass in world building, it's J.K. Rowling. I'm sorry. Okay.
Here's some of Lockhart's theme again, which we're not going to hear a whole lot of.
I like Gilderoy Lockhart. He's a villain. He's one of the villains of the movie, okay? There's more than one villain in this movie. He's one of them, okay? What does he do? He steals other people's I don't know, what is it?
He takes credit for things he didn't do.
And then wipes people's memory, because
Yeah.
that's the only thing he's good at, is making memory wipe potions.
Huh. Matthew Flynn says house elves are based on brownies and hobgoblins. That's interesting.
It makes sense. I think I read a story about brownies. Was that the one that did brownies used to dip? They were big into shoes, but their shoes were always ripped, but they'd have to dip their shoes in the blood of people to get them nice and red again.
I thought they just sold cookies every year.
No, you see, that's the problem. You're all with the sanitized versions of these things, okay? That's Walt Disney, okay? I'll say this, that this is not a sanitary world. Harry Potter's not sanitary. I give it points for that.
There's some
There are
stuff in here
horrible
that,
things in the Harry
yeah,
Potter world, okay? There's like this. This is fairly horrible. What we're seeing here. What are these? Are these brownies? Is that what you said they were?
Pixies.
Pixies. Okay. Yes.
Troy says you're thinking about red caps.
Red caps. You're right. Okay. My mistake. Red caps. Dude, I bet red caps come from Germany. That strikes me as a German folklore. Okay. It sounds awful, so it would have to come from Germany. Okay. Okay, well. I like the fact the portrait is also. See, this is well made. This is a well made Harry Potter movie. The details are all there. Like even the pictures are fighting them. Okay, you know, I mean that's
true.
That's clever. Okay, that's. I mean, maybe that was in the book too, but I mean, the point is that the books are doing it.
And I like this one better than the first one. I don't like the film score. I think it's a lot of cut and paste.
I don't know what to tell you.
And I know, and I don't like some of the shots.
Sometimes great movies don't have great scores. It can happen. I mean,
whatever. What?
Oh, I see. You're just. And sometimes great bad movies have great scores. Okay, that can happen too.
That's true.
Like
Troy
I love.
Pacelli says he knows his fairies.
Like I love Quentin Tarantino movies, but those are soundtracks and not scores he uses in those. If there are score pieces, he's gotten the pieces from other films.
He had a more corny for The Hateful Eight.
That's true. So we could do that one someday, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Is it overly violent?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can skip that one for now. Okay, if you're not. I actually have to check Netflix. Apparently, a while ago they said that they had turned Hateful Eight into a miniseries, like broken it up, and I was kind of curious to watch it in that form. Okay.
Why would you do that?
If the director approved it, as long as it's supervised by the people that made it, it could work. Like it's because he makes long movies, Tarantino. Okay. So I do wonder sometimes if they'd be better broken up. I mean, not that I mind sitting for a long movie. As Roger Ebert once said, no bad movie is too short and no good movie is too long. Okay, but what's he going to spit out? Do I want to know what that is? Do I want to know what that is? That is quite awful.
Does that little camera boy ever show back up in the
Is that Colin Creevy? I think that's Colin Creevy. I think he was in the books. He showed up and kept bugging Harry, like, "Hi, Harry." You know, it's like, yeah, okay. You my friend. It's like, I'm sure I have to hang out with my other friends. It's like, it's like the younger annoying kid that kept trying to hang out with him. I'm trying to remember what house he was in. That's a horrible spell to have happened to you. You're spitting out slugs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad.
Oh, you called her a mudblood.
Mudblood. I kept thinking half-blood. So, mudblood.
Mudblood is you have Muggle parents, but you know how to do. But you're a magician. You're a wizard. Okay.
Okay.
It's disgusting. It's Cod's wall to boot. Dirty blood. Okay. There isn't. Huh?
Hagrid, does he have wizarding parents, or do we know?
Hagrid, his parentage is revealed later on. I believe he is part giant. Okay. Do you understand?
Yeah. Excuse me 1 second.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
All right, let's check in on the chat. I know my fairies, well, not as well as Netter does, but still. In a Quidditch match, does the losing team have to sweep the stadium after? No, that's what the house elves are for, most likely. Okay, and they like it. Okay, Ron says the kid with a camera's name is Nigel. Okay. I kept thinking it was going to be Colin Creevy, if I'm remembering right. He has good glasses. Those are good spectacles Harry has, I think. He hears a voice. What are you talking about, Harry? I don't hear anything. Okay. We know what it is. It's parcel tongue. I saw this in the movies. I think I saw all the Harry Potters in the movies, actually. If memory serves. So, what do you get at a movie theater? You get Raisinets, you get popcorn, and if you're lucky, they have one of those machines that lets you pick your soda, and you get a peach Sprite, okay? Or cherry Sprite if you're feeling dangerous. Hagrid is British Big Al. Well, I don't know. Okay. Now, of course, the big reveal is, I'm not going to say it for those of you watching this for the first time with us, because I know there are plenty of you in the chat doing that right now. I won't spoil it. But I did like the reveal of what this is at the end of the book and also at the end of the movie. It's a good classic monster, okay, which I don't think I'd ever seen on film before, actually. So I have to give points for that. What's Daniel doing back there? Hiding the body? I'm sorry. I'm being funny. Okay. Spiders. See, Matthew Flynn. Brownies come in your home at night when everyone is asleep and clean up as long as you leave out food for them. Well, that'd be a fair exchange. You know, here's some stale Oreos, and you can clean my bathroom.
All right.
Okay, where'd you hide the body, Daniel?
He ran outside and then he ran around the yard and came in. I gave him another peanut or Kong. So
Did he went to the bathroom?
No, he just ran around the yard.
He ran around the yard. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't do this any other night of the week.
I would have taken a picture of the cat.
Yeah, it's journalism, right? Journalism.
There's an old expression: if it bleeds, it leads.
It leads. That's
okay.
right.
I mean, granted, I don't know if the cat's bleeding, but it's been petrified. I guess that's the expression. Oh no, Filch is not going to be happy. Mrs. Norris, that's his only friend. You murdered my cat.
What's his story again? He's the groundskeeper, or
he's the groundskeeper. He's groundskeeper Willie of Hogwarts. Okay, all right. Here's Dumbledore. Richard Harris last time, right?
It is. He's
not in part 3, right? I don't think he shows up in part 3.
He died. He was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease when they got finished filming, and he went downhill fast.
That's a bad disease. My best friend from childhood passed away from that when he was young, like 20 something. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a good disease.
Just never know when your time's up. It can come.
You really never do. You really never do. Prepare for the worst, I guess.
Yeah. Appreciate what you got while you have it.
Yes.
That's the special message of tonight's episode.
So I gotta appreciate being on a diet after I picked up my sister a loaded pizza from Rob's Pizza. And I'm like, okay. I had a halfway decent diet meal though. I'm getting these protein-based diet meals, which I probably shouldn't be doing since I got the one kidney. But they're I got pesto chicken with beans and cauliflower rice.
Nothing about that sounds good.
It wasn't bad. These aren't bad. I actually like these power bowl things. They're edible. They have a barbecue pork one that's not bad either. I was like, oh, this can't be good. It's frozen. It's actually wasn't bad. It's not high in calories either. Okay, so and they have an Italian chicken sausage one. You know, so I picked those up now. So we got Filch there. Oh no, though they went to plastic lids instead of the paper lids they were keeping them on. I preferred that. I always worry about the plastics and everything, but when matured, a potion will be made. Okay. So apparently they can help out Mrs. Norris, right? Correct?
Not yet.
Okay, but they will work on it.
See, here's another tracking shot that just feels, this shot feels out of place to me.
I don't know. The game is interesting. When you played the game, the stairs would move like this too. Decent video game. Did not have the John Williams score. It had a replacement score, but it wasn't bad. Okay.
I've heard the same about the I think the Goblet of Fire, did that have a game?
Yes. I didn't play that one though.
Okay.
That actually, I think I thought about getting that one. At that point, they really were basing them off the movies at that point.
If any of the pictures in my house ever start talking to me, I'm going to go see somebody.
Yeah. In fact, it was neat. You got the Chamber of Secrets Game Boy Advance game and the Chamber of Secrets GameCube game, and you could link the two of them up. The Chamber of Secrets Game Boy game was like a 2D old-fashioned kind of game, and the one for the GameCube was like 3D. And it wasn't really based on the movie because it had different voice actors and the characters looked different. It looked like it was more based on the books, you know, like how the characters looked in the books. Okay, but then after that they went with the movie likenesses and voice acting, I think. Did his wand get messed up, or did he get a secondhand wand? I'm trying to remember.
He broke it.
He broke his wand. Yes, I remember that. In the car, yes. Yeah. It was like shooting out sparks and stuff. Yes.
And why can't he get a new wand? Don't they have extra wands just lying around?
No, they don't have. Are you kidding me? Wands are not cheap. Okay. Harry got one. Harry got one. So he's got big money in the bank. But geez, you know, you know, the Weasleys aren't made of money. They got all them kids. He's got a government job. You know, come on.
Okay, well. So here we have the origin of Hogwarts with the four wizards.
Yes. Salazar Slytherin. I'm a Slytherin. I'm House Slytherin.
I was told today that I would be a Gryffindor.
Oh, you took the test?
No, someone just told me that I would be a Gryffindor.
No, you okay, dude? I'm sending you the link. You're doing the Pottermore for the next movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Next movie. You are gonna. I at least want to know what house you are. I'm very curious. Okay. No, we may think we are what we aren't. I am Slytherin. I'm House Slytherin. Okay. Lego Harry Potter. Yeah, I had those games.
Hey, sound engraver in the house. Yes, happy belated birthday, John Williams. He was 89 on Monday. May he live to be at least 109.
She didn't say
as long as he's in good health. As long as he's in good health.
She didn't say good evening to me. That's fine.
Well, she hasn't left yet, I don't think. So.
I'm just messing. In Slytherin's view, we're unworthy to study magic. Muggleborns, yeah, well, let's be blunt. They're kind of freaks.
Wants to know how you take the test.
You have to go to the I think it's the Pottermore website. Do a Google search. You can take the exam. Okay, go to Pottermore. Okay, J.K. Rowling set the whole thing up.
And Chris P wants to know if you woke up in a motel bathtub full of ice one day.
Oh, good evening. I know you didn't forget him. I'm just messing with you, sound engraver. I haven't had a lot of sleep, so I'm a little loopy right now. It's my day off, though. I should have gotten sleep. Didn't. Okay.
And hey, AL's in the house. Hello, AL. How are you? How's life in the Big Apple? Oh, Sound Engraver. John Williams, live in Vienna. It's coming to you probably next week. Enjoy. The sound on this is amazing. Oh, Lord. It's got the best sounding Marion's theme I have ever heard. Oh, still in my heart. But it's coming your way next week. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'll have to copy.
And actually, it'll be coming to a lot of people next week. So,
Daniel.
Hey, don't bust my balls for being generous.
It's fine to be generous. Just I don't want you going broke.
The gift of music is the ultimate gift you can give, aside from love or a kidney.
I'll see if I can copy you some rare soundtracks I have that maybe you don't have. What do I have that's rare?
What do you have that I don't have?
Oh, I got plenty of stuff.
A couple things. Yes.
I got plenty of stuff, smart guy. Okay, I have a lot of my wonderful Italian soundtracks. Okay,
that's true. I thought about you. A guy had.
I have the Dawn of the Dead incidental music, which now goes for a heavy price now. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. We will do. We're doing the Dawn of the Dead. I don't care if you're not into horror. We're doing.
You do it for Halloween.
We're gonna do Dawn of the Dead. Okay.
There was an auction on eBay. It was 30-something Italian film soundtracks for like $100.
Really?
And yeah.
Can you send me the link?
It's already closed.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I know.
That I might have looked into actually. If it's if they were movies I'm looking for, I want the score to what was the name of that movie? Never mind. I'm having a brain fart right now. But there was an Italian giallo movie that I want the score to so badly, but it's only available on vinyl. It got a vinyl reissue, but it was never released on CD. Kind of want it on CD, but I may just spring for the vinyl. What was the name of it? Oh, Eye in the Labyrinth. Yeah, that was the name of the movie, and it's like a very jazzy score. It's something to listen to on a hot summer night. It's a real good score.
Now, one thing about the music to the Quidditch game here, I hate saying this, but it's the truth. They lifted music from Attack of the Clones and dropped it in here. Just cut and paste it.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
They have to get permission from Lucasfilm to do that?
Here it is right here. Just right here. Cut and paste from Attack of the Clones. Oh, well, thank you. I don't ever think about watch time purposes, but thank you. That's very thoughtful.
Oh, my goodness.
Happy Chinese New Year, AL.
Oh!
But yeah, this caused like quite the uproar because people like, why is there Attack of the Clones music in Harry Potter? Just straight up.
I don't know. Why was there last?
Straight up, just picked it up. Like here's Star Wars, picked it up and put it over here in Harry Potter. Although
why was there Last Crusade music in the Phantom Menace soundtrack? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say that out loud. There's a piece of the soundtrack of Phantom Menace that reminds me of the German theme from Last Crusade. Okay, it's similar sounding. You need
similar,
to
yeah. For the
you
Trade
know what
Federation.
I'm talking. You know what I'm talking. Yeah, for the Trade Federation. Yes.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm talking about.
It's not a complete just cut and
not
copy.
A complete, but close enough. Okay, I remember hearing that. I'm like, wait a minute. Training for ballet, Potter. There's the snitch. Get the snitch.
The Quidditch game in this film looks a lot better than the first one. And the special effects still hold up really well. Here's some more Star Wars music right here. From.
Yeah. You'll never catch me, Potter. Potter. That's probably how he's saying it, right? Yeah. Like he's spitting. He says it like he's spitting his name. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah. In the book, does he like ever become a better person in the book?
Kind of. He becomes better.
Here's more Star Wars Attack of the Clones music.
He doesn't go to the complete dark side, if you know what I mean. Okay.
I thought it would have been nice if he had like saved Harry's life in the final film somehow and like completely redeemed himself. That would have been a nice touch.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's you need rivals. It's like the whole the Karate Kid thing, right? You know, like Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. You know,
that's a hard ass hit right there to take. Ooh.
Ow.
Yeah. So if you catch the little gold thing, you just automatically win, right?
Yes, the rules of Quidditch make no sense.
Okay.
And they're going to go, yes, they do. No, they don't. They really don't. It's what the snitch whoever wins.
Yeah, we have not done any Star Trek films or anything yet. Could definitely have a Star Trek month. That would be cool.
That bludger was something was wrong with that bludger. Like it was purposely going after him. Did you notice that?
Yeah, that's Dobby's doing, if I remember correctly.
I'm trying to remember.
Matthew Flynn asked a good question. Who's your favorite Dumbledore actor? We would have Richard Harris or Michael Gambon. So, Boomer, do you have a preference?
Favorite what?
Dumbledore actor, Michael Gambon or Richard Harris?
I like them both. They're both fine. I think Michael Gambon did a good enough for. Oh, look, yes. Ew. That can sometimes happen. Point is, you no longer feel any pain, and very clearly the bones are not broken. Broken? There are no bones left. Yes. Yes, this would have actually been a simple procedure to repair his broken arm, but since he removed his bones, it's going to be very complicated and painful. Okay, you know? Because he feels the bones growing inside him.
Has anyone ever had pumpkin juice? Like legit pumpkin juice?
I don't know. I don't think so. They got pumpkin everything else around here every fall. Will things be normal by the fall? Probably not.
I was looking at hotel rooms for Boston for Christmas, just being, hopeful. And a lot of the hotels that I prefer to stay at are just closed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Harry Potter should have listened to Dobby. Do we like Dobby?
Kind of. So Troy's a Hufflepuff, he says. Interesting. It would be nice to hear Dobby's theme right here, or some version thereof.
Okay. So Many Fandoms, I believe, is also a Hufflepuff.
Yep, that's what she said.
Who's napping?
Maybe.
I'll pick another witchcraft movie for us to watch. Maybe that's the ticket.
I mean, like you said, she could be out chasing rainbows.
Yeah, chasing tornadoes, or actually at this time of year it's blizzards, right?
Yeah.
If we house elves were treated like vermin, sir, of course Dobby is still treated like vermin. Oh, whatever. Make me a pie. That's what I would tell him. Okay.
What kind of pie?
A chicken pot pie.
That sounds tasty.
And then I would have an apple pie for dessert. And then I would beat him. Because that's what you do. Okay. I'm sorry.
Did I send you the story they're trying to get rid of Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, yes, I saw that. I don't know if that's study hall thing, but yeah, we'll Maybe I could send it to Troy. I don't know. Yeah, the whole cracker Mecha Random was talking about it.
Yeah.
I know it's because of the barrels that had crackers in them. That's why it's called Cracker Barrel. I went to Cracker.
I don't like how Dobby's constantly hurting himself. What's the purpose of that?
What? Because he's got low self. I don't know. He's like a battered. No, I would not say that. He has issues. Okay, he needs to see a shrink.
Yeah, but like when I saw it in the theater, like all the kids were laughing when Dobby was hurting himself, but I'm like, y'all don't need to be laughing at that.
It is kind of funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being bad. Y'all don't need to be laughing. Okay. I went to Cracker Barrel this past Sunday. I'll have you know. Would you like to know what I ordered?
Yes.
I ordered.
Sounds so good.
I ordered the Sunday chicken, which you can now get every day. I ordered pinto beans as a side and steak fries. It's my cheat day. Cheat day. They brought the steak fries back. There's no salad and no coleslaw either. In fact, what do they do for the fish fry on Friday if there's no coleslaw? Oh no, no.
There's no coleslaw anymore?
No, they have coleslaw. They got what did they get rid of? Oh no, they got rid of the fruit. They got rid of the fruit. They got rid of the fruit and the salad.
They got rid of lima beans too. I'm like, what the hell?
They're having a limited menu because of the pandemic. That's what the woman said in the restaurant one time.
I'm so post-pandemic.
And my mom got a breakfast, the old timer, and she always gets the biscuits and gravy and the grits. She doesn't eat those. And I had some of the biscuits and gravy, and you know what? I had one. These were big chicken breasts I got, right? And I'm like, I can't eat both of these at lunch. So
yes, you
can. Well, these were big. These weren't like sometimes you get them where they're petite. These were not petite ones. These are large ones. And I'm like, I'm bring the second one home. Give me them 2 biscuits and your gravy, and I'm going to eat that for dinner. Okay. And it was very good. And I looked up the Southern Living way to reheat fried chicken. Okay.
Toaster oven.
What?
Toaster oven.
Post rub it?
Toaster oven. Don't you have a toaster oven?
No, not in the toaster oven. We got Moaning Myrtle on. I'll tell you how to do that after this. We have to talk about Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle has her own theme. That's another one.
Moaning Myrtle is one of my favorite characters. I think she's got a crush on Harry, doesn't she?
Or she's pretty hot in real life. I will say that.
Yeah, she was in she's been in some movies. She lives in a toilet. She's a little sensitive.
She's a ghost. Why does it matter where she lives?
I don't care if you're a ghost or you don't live in a toilet.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Chris P, they think Cracker Barrel should not be called that because it's indicates a certain segment of the population.
Okay.
I'm not sure what words I'm not supposed to say.
Well, a cracker is also again, it's a reference to crackers.
Crackers come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Anyway, what was I going to talk about? I was talking about fried chicken. Okay, you preheat your oven. I believe you can find it on southernliving.com. Okay, but you preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Okay, you leave your fried chicken out. You leave it out for at least 15 minutes. Let it get kind of room temperature. Okay. Leave it out for a little while. Don't take it right from the fridge. You then put it on a pan, but you also put a grate. You know, like one of those grates, wire grates.
Yeah.
So the heat can be distributed evenly. Cook it for 15 minutes. It'll come out nice and crispy. Okay. Very good. I think I liked it better than when I got it from the restaurant when I reheated it. Okay. So that's what you do. Should get the fried chicken at Cracker Barrel sometime too. I think I've had it once. Or the bone-in chicken.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm a little annoyed what they did to the fried chicken.
You do this every week. You make me hungry for Cracker Barrel.
Well, that's because I'm dieting right now, so I'm thinking about food. Anyway, the fried chicken used to be a nice flat fillet that was made like the chicken fried steak. Now they take the Sunday chicken and they pour the gravy over it instead of it just being its own thing. And it's still good. But I kind of liked the filet before, you know. Anyway, I think I mentioned this story before. We want to hear about Gilderoy Lockhart, okay? Severus Snape is annoyed with him, of course, because what does Severus Snape want to be doing? He wants to be teaching that class, Defense Against the Dark Arts, okay? And he's stuck doing the potions class.
He does.
And he's stuck doing the potions class, and they got this guy who's a celebrity to do the thing. So it's kind of interesting how this guy's also a bad guy, but Snape also doesn't like him. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Sometimes the adult characters rub off, you know, the adult characters annoy each other too, you know. It's like
that sounds very tasty, AL.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. But I'm very happy. I do that with Popeye's chicken too. If I've left over Popeye's chicken, I do it the same way. Popeyes. When's my cheat day? Saturday. I might sneak some Popeyes. No, I can't because I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner. That'd be dumb to have chicken both times. Okay. Do you have Buffalo Wild Wings where you live?
I don't think so.
They're a chain. I got annoyed because they got rid of the corn dog nuggets. I was going to try them next time I was there, and it's another casualty of the pandemic. No more corn dog nuggets. We can't have nice things. I take it you've had corn dog nuggets. Oh, yikes. Okay.
I think we had them in Catholic schools for lunch 1 day a week.
Well, that sounds like a Catholic school I should have went to. Okay. I think I had too many bad school lunches that I refused to do school lunches after a while, and I started just bringing my lunch to school. But then when I went to Catholic school, I should have, I don't know, they think I had Taylor ham there. I should have gotten that. Probably would have liked that.
Now, what's the snake talk called? Apostle tongue?
Parcel tongue.
Parcel. And you're either born being able
Everyone to talk is freaking out when they're hearing him do this, okay?
In all fairness, though, Cobra's a pretty deadly snake. Maybe not in Harry Potter land, but in real world land.
See, when he's speaking, he thinks he's talking English, okay, and he thinks the snake is talking English, but no, they're all looking at him freaked out. He thought when that happened in the first book, he thought that was a parcel mouth. My mistake, not parcel tongue. He thought it was a natural wizarding ability. It was just part of being a wizard. Okay, he didn't realize that no, wizards don't know how to do that. Okay. You're the heir of Slytherin. That's the whole thing, you know. You're the heir of Slytherin. It's like, oh, he's the bad guy, you know. It's like
this is Cricket right here.
Hello, Cricket.
The newest addition to the Wolfpack, Matthew Flynn. Thank you for asking.
Does Cricket like to chase squirrels?
Cricket likes to chase anything.
Okay.
I think her favorite game is to run and body slam Big Boy, who is 110 pounds heavier than her.
Oh my goodness. How old is Big Boy?
8, 9.
Okay.
8? I'll go with 8.
He lived 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, I prefer big dogs, but a couple of these small ones have found me over the years.
I love how the girl that says she was heard it being called a mudblood is the one who says it's bad that Harry has the ability others lack. Sounds pretty bigoted to me. Listen to me. It just means you're evil if you have the parcel mouth, okay? It's nothing, nothing bad about it.
What makes it evil, though, to be able to talk to snakes?
Because the bad guy, Voldemort, had that ability. So did Salazar Slytherin. It's known bad people have had that ability. Do you understand? And of course, we learn later why he does have that ability, because he has one of the Horcruxes in him. Okay, he got it. That's how he got it. And he keeps hearing "kill, time to kill," and he's wondering what's saying that, right? This is a good little mystery. Not nearly headless Nick.
And now he's petrified.
Yes, Troy, because Orange Man had that ability, so must be evil too. Yep. Why I already hate Mr. Filch? You don't understand. I had nothing to do with it.
What happens to him in the books? Does he end up
Does he
being
what?
killed, or does he end up?
He marries a member of the Swedish bikini team. I don't know what happens to him. I think he just goes on being groundskeeper. Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Well, there are some Swedish girls coming up in what, like 2 films out? Are they
talking
Swedish
about?
or what? And
What are you
the Goblet of
what?
Fire, the all girls.
No,
school
that's the
shows up.
French school.
French. Okay, well, it's all the same to me. I mean, I'm an American, you know.
Oh man. Durmstrang is the Bulgarian school. What the heck was the French school named? I don't remember now.
Yeah, for someone that's supposed to kill, they only get petrified.
Sherbert Lemon. That's when passwords used to be cool. Before it became all about putting asterisks and numbers in them and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you. The internet ruined the password.
We get another new theme in this film, Fox theme, which got turned into a concert piece.
Particularly difficult to place. Yeah, you could have been a Slytherin. You would have done well in Slytherin.
I do like Fox theme.
Yep.
Does anyone know if Fox comes back in any of the other books, or it's just kind of like a one and done thing?
No, I believe he does. I think he's reoccurring.
Have you seen the Fantastic Beasts movie?
Yeah. I don't like him as much. And I don't even want to think about this part 3 they're doing.
Jude Law is Dumbledore in that movie, right?
Yes.
Does he do a good job?
He's fine. He's only in the second one, right?
Yeah.
My dad used to call Dumbledore Bumble Dump. I don't know why he did that. Anyway. I wonder how late Dunkin' Donuts is open.
Well, they should be open 24/7.
Oh, really?
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, cops work 24/7. They gotta eat donuts.
That's true.
Yeah.
You gotta eat.
Truck drivers work 24/7. They gotta eat donuts. Nurses, doctors.
Maybe I'll get some donuts for the work people. This
cab drivers
Saturday.
work 24/7. They gotta eat donuts.
I have a gift card burning a hole in my wallet, so yeah, maybe we'll do that.
This is pretty much just lifted straight from the first film right here, the little winter music. Now, in the third film, they changed the music up a good bit, which we may cover next week or
maybe
later. But if we don't do Harry Potter next week, we'll be doing Fistful of Dollars. That's the right one, yes?
The Clint Eastwood Western. We may end up doing all of them at some point, but yeah, we're definitely going to start with Fistful of Dollars.
So what's the
what?
The good, the bad, and the ugly is like 4 hours long.
Yeah, I think it has an intermission if you want to split it up into 2 weeks. It is a great film, okay?
Oh, I'm not knocking that. I'm just like 4 hours. I don't think I can go for 4 hours.
We can cut it in half.
Yeah.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a great Western epic. It also takes place during the Civil War. It's very interesting, okay?
My best friend Jonathan is real big into those Clint Eastwood Western movies.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. They're great stuff. I want to watch we might do the Dirty Harrys at some point too. We'll see. I'm actually rewatching those right now. The Dirty Harry movies. Have you ever seen those?
I have not. I've seen Razor Fist review of them.
Oh yeah, you could so do a Dirty Harry movie in present day, and it would work perfectly. They'll never do it though.
I saw something about how Who Framed Roger Rabbit would not be made today, and I'm trying to figure out why.
No way would it be made today. Do you like the score to that movie? We could do the rewatch of that sometime.
I've never seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
What?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Do you ever watch like old Looney Tunes and old Mickey Mouse cartoons?
Long time ago.
That movie is a love letter to people who like the people love those cartoons. Okay, you have a cameo of almost every cartoon character from that era shows up in that movie. Okay,
I know Alan Silvestri did the film score, and Travis got a 3-disc set out for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Really?
Yeah, I
bought it. Well, when you eventually buy it, we should do a rewatch of it. It's a classic. Yeah. It's probably on Disney Plus, I would imagine, right? Who Framed Roger Rabbit wouldn't be made today because, for starters, you have a sexy cartoon character in that, and that would not be allowed now. Okay. Yes, Booby Trap. Yes, Jessica Rabbit. Yes.
I do know who Jessica Rabbit is.
Yeah.
One thing I did find out about William Ross doing some research on him is he had some conducting assignments in The Last Jedi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I couldn't find anything.
That's something to be proud of.
Yeah. I couldn't figure out why John Williams went to him to help out on this film because they had never worked together before. He did work with Alan Silvestri and Michael Kamen a lot back in the 90s.
You need to sound more like Crab and Goyle. Okay. Hermione, are you okay? Just go. You're wasting time. I forgot. I think her polyjuice potion was supposed to be for a rather unwholesome looking Slytherin girl in the book, but it went wrong anyway. But
And Matthew Flynn brings up a good point. I don't know why they changed the title for the States.
they were pigging out in the hall. They were eating cupcakes.
Are they brothers?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but maybe it was never specified. I don't know. They're an embarrassment to the Wizarding world. Oh, look, Ron. Look at Ron.
See, and if you had a Weasley theme and a Malfoy theme, you could be playing them off of each other right here.
Yes. So Dumbledore's trying to hush it off. Oh, I said, Dumbledore, worst thing ever happened in this place. You're wrong. What? Someone here is worse than Dumbledore?
Yeah,
Harry
that
Potter.
Harry Potter kid.
There you go. That's funny. He's saying it. He's like,
yeah, he sucks.
Good one, Goyle. You're absolutely right. Saint Potter. Everyone hates Potter. It's like, okay. All right, we're at the hour 23 mark. So when are you going to be reading the books, Daniel?
Well, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
When I finish every book in my library.
Oh, okay.
I have thought about reading some of the Lord of the Rings books, but I just don't know.
You just don't know. Okay.
They have a lot of words. A whole lot of words.
Yeah, they do. you try it a chapter at a time, okay?
Yeah.
The scar showing. Hair. Where are you going? And now they're back to their normal selves.
And she's turned into a cat, right?
Wait till you see it's awful. Yes. It's a cat hair she plucked off with the rose. Oh, no.
She looks better than the cats in the cat movie.
Yeah, well, there's that. It's not crazy. What a lot of scenes at night in this movie, huh?
It feels like most of the movie takes place at night.
No, they would never make Roger Rabbit today. That's all right. We're getting Count Dracula, science fiction western movie.
I don't understand that.
Well, maybe you need to be more open minded. Okay.
Yeah. It might work. It might work.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to work well. I'm sure it's going to be something I'm going to treasure forever when I see it. Let's all throw books at that 10 points if you get it through her stomach. Ouch.
That's what I said, Troy. Look better than the cats and cats. And the Myrtle Girl was in Bridget Jones' Diary movies.
Probably.
She played a
I've seen her
ghost
show up.
girl.
Oh, is this the diary? Well, that book's no good anymore.
So he put his like 16-year-old self in a book, right? That's how it works.
Yes.
Could he put his 18-year-old self in a book as well?
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. Maybe.
Is the book one of the Horcruxes?
Yes.
It is? Okay. So when he kills it with the tooth, he's taking out one of the Horcruxes.
Yes, that's what happens in this. Yes. We weren't even sure that's what it was when you first read the book. This book. We were sure all Horcruxes were. So I don't think.
What's his middle name again? It's something weird.
Yeah. Anything about the Chamber of Secrets? That's creepy, huh?
Yeah, and we get the Chamber of Secrets theme, which is a lot like the Sorcerer's Stone theme.
But I can show you. Okay.
So Hagrid just lives a really long time, I guess.
Hagrid? I guess.
Because if they're going back 50 years and Hagrid's a teenager,
Well, I mean, he's probably middle-aged at this point, right? It's like Harry Potter's father's age would be, right? Because, he was, I don't know. He was probably around in school and the same time around Harry Potter's dad was in school,
Chris P says Moaning Myrtle's they're like in her 30s in this movie.
She was on an episode of Doctor Who.
And one day I'm going to sit down and try to watch Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not sure where to start. So if someone can help me out with that. Start with the newest?
Everyone's going to say that, but you start with the newest, it's Jodie Whittaker. Blink, really? Wouldn't be my first episode. I'm sorry, I'm being mean. That's the one with the Weeping Angels. That's the first one. Actually, that might be a good one for you since the Doctor's. I'm not going to say anything about it. Yeah, I can see why he's picking that episode. I like the Centauran stratagem of the newer Doctor Who series. I did like that episode, that two-parter. Of course, you kind of have to know what was going on.
Yeah, Chris P. I just kind of figure all those shows just don't really exist in our timeline. So
What shows?
The Jodie Whittaker episodes.
Listen, I don't want to think about it. I mean, again, it's England. It's English. It's what they're doing over there. I'm an American. I don't really have a. It's weird because I feel like when something like Star Trek or Star Wars, I have more of a say. But if it's British, it's not really my country, so I can't really tell them what to do with their own stuff. You know, that's up to them. It's out of my control. I'll put it that way. Not that Star Wars or Star Trek are, well, I don't know. You have to wonder if maybe enough people complain. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't know. There goes the spider. Oh, that explains why Hagrid can't use can't use the wands and stuff, right? Or does he? Well, he must have a wand. I don't know. He might get exonerated by the end of this movie, I think.
There's the out of place tracking shot again.
You really don't like those, do you?
I don't like them in this film. No. They feel forced. Like some executive at Warner Brothers said, we need tracking shots like Michael Bay in this film.
No, if Michael Bay would be like 100, it would be like zipping all over the place.
Yeah.
What are we going to do the rewatch of The Rock?
I think that's the only Michael Bay film that I could probably watch.
No, I don't know. I watched it. It was ridiculous.
Honey, you're tangled up.
All right. Get people unpetrified.
That's
You're petrified too long. Do you have to skip a year at Hogwarts? I wonder. What's going on here? Someone tore this place apart, huh?
Yeah. Someone had a party.
Hufflepuff, that's your team, Troy. What's a bit of a shock? Let's see.
Hermione's not really in this film all that much.
Well, look at her now.
Because that takes her out of the last hour of the film right there.
Now, what do you think is doing this?
It's that big snake creature, right?
Oh, darn it. Okay, yes. It is a basilisk. I was
Is
very
that the
impressed. That's the name
breed
of
of the
the.
snake?
It's a mythical creature. Is a basilisk.
Okay.
It's kind of it has the same ability as Medusa. Okay, turn people to stone. And this it petrifies them, but it's similar. Yeah, it's. Used to have this game Archon for the Atari 800, and it was like a chess game, but like there were mythical creatures on each side of the board, and when you would move your piece and attack the other player, you'd actually have to fight it out with each other. Okay, and one side had a basilisk on it. It was really neat. I think another side had Medusa. Yeah, that makes sense. I think one side had Medusa because they both had the stone ability. Yeah. All right. You like his dog?
Yes, I think I called him a French Mastiff last week. It's a Neapolitan Mastiff. I was
Okay.
thinking about Portia when I was
Okay.
talking. Thank you, Cricket. Knocking over my phone.
Cricket, what did you do?
Let's break that like you broke my tablet. Yeah.
Tell Cricket this is not the Cricket Show.
Yeah, not the Cricket Show.
Hi, Cricket. Can you hear me?
No.
Okay, of course not. Hagrid, you okay? You're spilling the beans, the coffee beans. No, I'm kidding. Pinto beans are flavored with pork.
Well, if they're done properly, they are.
Yeah, I had those at Cracker Barrel. Never had them before. Oh, they disappeared.
Good night, AL. Thank you for coming by. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah, that's Fudge. He's the one in charge of the ministry, right? Get Professor to take the powder test, you mean?
What do you think Professor Geek would be? Hufflepuff?
I don't know.
What does he do for a living? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, I know he's rich, but I don't know what he does for a living. Lucius Malfoy, I know he comes from money. I don't know if he has a living. I don't know. I know he's wealthy. I know that. I'll find out for you. I think I have the Lucius Malfoy thing up on the Harry Potter wiki. Okay.
I really loved him in The Patriot. Oh, he was so good in that movie.
He's members of the social elite. No, he doesn't have a job.
Oh, he's a trust fund kid. Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much. He has money. That's his job. Okay. Boomer, you and I must share a soul or something. I was thinking of Archon as soon as you mentioned the Basilisk. What obscure reference. I love that game. Yes, I wish it was available on something. That was an Epic's release, right? Commodore 64 and Atari computer. I believe there was an NES version released. I debated getting it, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be the same on the Nintendo. And there was also another Archon. Archon 2 was released later on, which I thought was even better. Old computer games are like old movies. A lot of them are going to get lost to time, I think. That's why I'm trying to at least preserve my NES games.
It's a lot of spiders.
Got some good games. I got one called Codename Viper. I have a Star Trek video game for the NES.
Which Star Trek?
Original series. You know, the old-fashioned uniforms. Let's see, what do I got in here? Excite Bike, Kirby's Adventure. So the ones I'm still trying to clean. When I got Kirby's Adventure many years ago, it was in bad shape, so I've been steadily cleaning it ever since.
Troy, are you missing out on
Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, he showed up to see the to you know, hoping that maybe our co-host might show up, who was napping. She email you or anything?
No. I would imagine she's sleeping, to be honest, if she's not
fine.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a thing just popped up on my phone. Lucasfilm has fired Gina Cook.
You're kidding me, right?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Geeks and Gamers, Lucasfilm fires Gina Carrero.
Okay, well, I will be discussing that with Troy later to see if he wants to do anything about that. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep, that's not good. Let me see. Okay.
I mean, Geeks and Gamers are usually pretty legit. He doesn't just come on and just start
It's
talking
all
out
over
his
the
ass.
place. It's all over the place. Okay. Wow.
Unlike some YouTubers who do talk out of their ass.
Okay. Yes. Well, anyway. Okay. That's definitely not good. I won't comment any more on it on your stream, but that is not good. Okay.
Tune in Sunday night to Study Hall with Age.
We'll see. I don't know if we'll bring it up on that or if we'll do another pre-show. I'll see if Troy wants what Troy wants to do. We'll talk about it later. That's not good. Okay.
Now the spider music scene here, that's probably my favorite track on the soundtrack.
Yes, I can answer that question for Chris P if he's interested. We were late adopters for the NES. We didn't get one until Christmas of 1989. We got the base model that didn't come with any games, but I did get a game with it. I got Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. That was my first NES game. My brother got Fester's Quest, which was based on the Addams Family. Okay. We were both allowed to pick out another game since we didn't know we were getting NES. My brother chose Shadowgate. I chose Paperboy. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen Paperboy, but actually, it's not a bad port of Paperboy. Actually, I'm interrupting the spiders. Okay. I'll tell you more about what other NES games I bought originally released when we get past this scene. This is the good scene. This is one of the things that we love about Harry Potter. That you have your nice friends like what's his name, Hagrid, but he'll still lead you to your death. Okay, you know what I mean? To a man-eating spider. Like there's that scene is, I'm sorry, but I can't let you go. My children still need fresh blood. Okay, I like that. This is why Rowling's a class act. I'll never say anything bad about J.K. Rowling, at least as far as her writing goes. She knew what she was doing. Okay.
The string work in this piece is spot on. I was listening to this in the truck today, taking the kids to school, and they were asking me like, "Well, what part of the movie is this?" And I said it's when Shelob like kidnaps Frodo, and I was being funny.
This is when the car returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
That does seem kind of convenient, though.
Well, you know what? I've seen worse Deus Ex Machinas. Okay, it's fine. It was set up earlier that the car is out there. Now it came back, and it has some loyalty to Ron, I guess, because that was his parents.
It's true. Julian Glover was Donovan in Last Crusade and General Veers in The Empire Strikes Back. He was also in a James Bond film. Was it Your Eyes Only?
Yep.
I think.
Who was?
Julian Glover.
Oh, I don't remember. For Your Eyes Only, that was the one with Topol in it, right? The guy from Fiddler on the Roof, he was in that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. And that one pretty blonde woman who always was in ice skating movies. Okay, she was in it too. She must have been a professional skater because she kept showing up in skating themed movies. And I'm trying to think who else was in it. That's a pretty good Bond movie. It's a solid Roger Moore Bond movie. The villain wasn't as interesting, but to be fair, I think it's kind of a fake out anyway. But it's a solid Bond movie. After that, I didn't like the Roger Moore movies again. After that, Octopussy is kind of, I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch it and give it a second chance. I don't know. And don't even get me started on View to a Kill.
Do you not like A View to a Kill?
No, that's the one with Christopher Walken as the villain, right?
Yeah.
No, and Roger Moore at that point is too old. I actually get angry when the actor playing Bond is too old. It actually hurts it, and this happens too much. Just gonna say, Daniel Craig getting up there, maybe should not still be playing Bond.
I don't think No Time to Die is ever going to get released at this point.
I don't think it. They then the stream. I said this movie's never coming out. The latest Fantastic Beast we mentioned in the stream, it had a COVID shutdown on it.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be doing something on I don't know when that story is going to show up. We were thinking about doing a stream at some point about, because we're trying to do a positive stream about things right in the popular culture, but we'll also do the thing where things have gone wrong. And the thing that Troy said was going right now, it may be the thing that's gone wrong. Okay, so with this latest news, but we'll talk about it later. Okay.
Leslie Harris says it's Pokemon's birthday. That's interesting. Do you think Harry should have ended up with Hermione?
It's funny. Like my brother had some friends friends from Thailand, and they didn't understand why Harry and Hermione aren't the ones together. It made no sense. Like a lot of Eastern cultures, they look at this and they didn't understand the whole why Harry is not with Hermione. That made sense to them. Later on, I think J.K. Rowling thought that Harry should have ended up with Hermione. Um, I heard is that that cricket? Okay.
No, that's Big Boy. Hang on one second.
Okay. All right.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So we liking the stream? Don't worry, this is Craig's last outing. Bond is going to be recast by probably non-binary person of color. Yeah, probably. This may be the last Bond movie. You have to understand something too about Bond. There ain't gonna be no bailouts for that's a private owned. It's kind of a family owned business. The Bond movies, okay. That's why the movies have been pretty good, and now it's just gonna. I guess there's still Kingsman. They can't take Kingsman away from me, right? Except that Fox used to distribute those, and now Disney owns Fox. Okay. I know some people don't like the Kingsman movies, but I get a kick out of them. Oh man, I don't know. I still got Nintendo, right? For now. I'm sorry. This is a happy stream. We got Gilderoy Lockhart. We like Kenneth Branagh. He directed Thor. Big Shakespeare guy. He was wonderful in Henry V. You want to watch a good Shakespeare movie? His Henry V is excellent. Okay. It's weird if you watch the Kenneth Branagh Henry V versus the Laurence Olivier Henry V. Very different takes on scenes in those two movies. Did anybody else study Shakespeare in college? Me, besides me? I don't know. Okay. I like Shakespeare. Her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. Yeah, that's terrifying. See, this is a creepy. This is a creepy. It's a good yarn, a good creepy movie. I do like this story. I should reread these books someday, but I especially like this book. I kind of like standalone adventure stories more than these big things that have to tie into everything. Okay, and that's why I like this book the best out of all the Harry Potters. Troy, we'll talk about it later. You did nothing wrong on the last stream. The paradigm has now shifted. I actually do believe what you said at the time was true. Okay. I was actually going to be subscribing to a certain thing in a couple months too, to check out what you had mentioned, and I don't know if I will be doing that ever or giving a penny to a certain company ever after what I heard tonight. But we'll talk about it later. You can contribute to Mr. Matchstick's next stream if you want. Okay. You have a couple weeks to think about it. All right. It's yeah.
What are we talking about?
Don't forget, we have to do the stream where things, the SJW corruption of the popular culture too, so it could be the same subject all over again. Anyway, I'm talking to Troy. Sorry, we got to talk about Harry Potter. You know what? No, what hasn't been corrupted? Those original Harry Potter books. Okay, you can ignore the magical beast things. To be fair, I don't hate the magical beast movies. I just think they're kind of uneven. They don't, in my opinion, have a central character. I'm really annoyed at the recasting, as many people are, when actors keep getting let go, popular actors that people like to go see movies, because apparently they've fallen out of favor with the establishment. But anyway, we'll be fine.
Chris P says he's never seen any Shakespeare movies.
There's steam coming out of me right now. Anyway,
we should have a Shakespeare month sometime. Did you ever read Shakespeare in school, Chris P? I have no idea how old you are. I feel like I should know this, but I don't. I apologize. I read Julius Caesar for fun in 7th grade. All the girls thought I was major nerd, but hey, look at me now. Ha! I live with 9 dogs. Yeah. So.
Anyway. I'm sorry, you were saying Matchstick. I zoned out there for a sec.
Is Matchstick in the house?
Not you. You're Daniel. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm discombobulated because you mentioned that horrors news. You should have saved that for after the stream. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay.
Because of what? I'm sorry.
The news story you said. I was thinking about it. I'm sorry. I'll be fine.
Sorry.
Parcel tongue. There you go. They call it parcel tongue. Someone else called it parcel mouth, and I'm like, oh, I was wrong. I was right. It's parcel tongue. See.
Normally, your tongue is inside your mouth, so.
Well, I'm glad the weather woman wasn't on the stream tonight with that news you just relayed. Anyway.
Maybe she'll catch the replay tomorrow when she wakes up at 2 a.m. She'll look at her phone and be like, oh, I missed soundtracks with Birdman. And Troy, are you missing Dungeons and Dragons tonight?
Yeah, we didn't mean you.
I'm always glad to have you. Thanks for showing up. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, as always. And people who watch in the future, thank y'all too.
Maybe it's just as well, because if I'm this angry, I can only imagine how Troy is feeling right now. So maybe he could have heard that during his game and flipped his. Because I feel like, oh, here we go. Gilderoy Lockhart is the villain. I like the fact you have other villains in these movies besides just Voldemort. Okay, it's not just him all the time. There are other bad guys in the Wizarding World too, like Gilderoy Lockhart, like that horrible woman in that in that later movie, the one that gives Harry detention with the what's her name, the one that looks like a toad, who's described as looking as a toad in the book.
Yeah. I see your point. He is kind of. I didn't really thought about him as a villain until you started.
Oh no, he's a villain. No.
He is.
He is personally. He's wiping people's memories. No, he's a bad guy. He's just. Here's the thing, though. There are layers to villains. Okay,
this is true.
You have your big bads like Voldemort, and you have guys like Gilderoy Lockhart. Now, Gilderoy Lockhart, he's not a violent murderer, but he's still a bad guy. Okay, there are levels to villains. See. I don't want to reform Gilderoy Lockhart. That's fine. That we don't need that. We need, a lot of the problem I have with a lot of characters in popular culture is people start out as villains and then they always really not that bad and they have to come up with the worst, like Venom. Oh, Venom is really not that bad, so we have to come up with somebody even worse. So, it's Carnage, the serial killer with the symbiote. It's ridiculous.
Venom. How do you feel about?
How do I feel about what? Sony? They're the worst movie studio. Okay. Other than that, they're fine. How do I feel about what? I'm sorry.
How do you feel about Keanu Reeves being offered Kraven?
Turn it down, Keanu. Everybody loves you.
Yeah. I don't see him as Kraven.
Just turn it down.
Sneaky little bastard. That's a charming thought. Although, this was a good setup through the entire film with this broken wand thing, because it finally paid off right there.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I like that. Yeah. See, everything's set up. And that was in the book, too. Okay, I believe. Yeah, I think everything's front end is in the book. I don't think they embellish too much. I mean, they cut stuff out, unfortunately, but, they have to for time reasons. But I did miss the nearly headless Nick's death day party. And it doesn't really add anything to the plot, but it was funny. I'm sorry. Because it's like the kids are having a terrible time. Like, don't go to a ghost party. It's like, go to the Halloween feast, get yourself some goodies. Who would skip the Halloween feast? I saw that in the first movie, the book. You get all kinds of neat goodies and stuff to eat, and it's just, no, you get...
Troy, I hope you're being less annoyed tonight from hanging out with us. And Matthew Flynn says Lockhart isn't a villain, he's just a dick. So I would definitely say he's a coward and just got bopped in the head.
Yep. They kind of see Ron and Harry just by themselves, right?
Yeah.
No, Hermione. Hermione's taken out of the picture because Hermione usually has a lot of solutions, right? Because she's the book smart.
She's like their mother sometimes.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Well, she's the book smart. They say that Hermione was sort of based on J.K. Rowling.
Oh.
Not exactly, but probably out of all the characters in the book, that was probably the most like her. I think that was the point.
Should you do that as an author, base a character on yourself?
I think you base characters off... No, you'll end up doing that. You'll end up putting a piece of yourself into a character. Or sometimes you'll base them off people you know, too. And sometimes you'll base them off people you've heard about, But I mean, it's... Sometimes you will do that, yeah. I mean, the authors do that. It's all right. I mean, that was the Nicolas Cage movie adaptation. The one guy is like, I've written myself into my story. It's like... And nonfiction writers do it all the time. They have to create characters out of themselves because they have to create a narrator character for their nonfiction piece that's based on themselves, of course, We don't do much in nonfiction in this whole community. Maybe I should take up that mantle, but I have to get back into it.
Your master's is in literature or?
Master's of Fine Arts, Creative Writing, like the professor.
Okay. And undergrad is in film or?
English Creative Writing, though my AA degree was in film, though. I did have an AA degree in film studies. I did switch over to creative writing, though. Used to take film studies classes. That was always fun. I watched a lot of good movies in those film study classes. One day the professor in that class, he shows up, this is Spinal Tap. Never heard of the movie. I had gut-busting laughter throughout the class. Have you ever seen This is Spinal Tap?
Mm-mm.
It's many people consider it the funniest movie ever made. It makes fun of, it's about a British rock band, and it skewers like I don't want to say they're quite heavy metal, but like they're like pre-heavy metal, you know what I mean? And it's anyway, I'm missing the best part. Wait a minute. Tom Riddle. We're missing the Tom Riddle thing. We're missing the villain of this movie. Explain Ginny was doing that. I find it to be very persuasive, not that she knew what she was doing. Okay. Feel bad for Ginny in this, right?
She doesn't do much.
What's her first year at the school, and she's already getting caught up in this mess,
Wow. Can you imagine,
this is worse than Harry's
first day of middle school, and you're already trying to kill people?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel bad for her, actually. Yeah. I don't know. Ginny's not a bad match for Harry. I mean, we shouldn't pick on Ginny.
No, they're not. That kind of brings him and Ron closer.
Yeah. Now, he liked Cho Chang for a while. That was like his first crush at the school. I think she was dating Cedric Diggory, right? Yeah, that was a thing that was going on. Many months now, my new target has been you. Oh, I love this. How was it was able to defeat the greatest wizard of all time?
It was his mother, though, right?
No, it wasn't. His mother shielded him, but it wasn't enough. I don't think, or I don't know. I don't remember now. Yeah, I think it was his mother. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, but this is my favorite part, and this was also in the book. Tom, he writes his name out, right? Tom Marvolo Riddle, right? Words shift around. What do they turn into? I am Lord Voldemort. Perfect. Right in front of our face all along, you know. He's back. Okay. Or this is a piece of him. Good introduction, you know, a good way to reintroduce the villain we saw briefly in the first movie behind that guy's turret, you know. This is kind of a mystery movie if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just trying to, yeah. And mysteries can be good, good fodder for films. I mean, Star Trek 6, I would argue, is kind of a mystery movie too. Okay.
Yeah. Critical Drinker did a 5-hour show on Star Trek 5 the other day.
Yeah. Star Trek 5.
I just don't know how someone can go for 5 hours. I mean, yeah,
I don't know either, because I don't know. I know there are people that will defend it, and I don't hate the movie, but I did remember seeing it in the theater because I was not a big fan of TNG at that time because back TNG had a rough first season. I was like, okay, we got the original crew back. Good, I'm gonna go see that. None of this Picard nonsense. And I go to see it, and it's Star Trek 5. I'm like, oh no.
It did give us a wonderful Jerry Goldsmith score.
And then I started watching Doctor Who around that time. That's when I got into Doctor Who because I didn't like Star Trek anymore because I didn't like that first season of TNG. I hated Wesley Crusher with a passion. And then TNG got better as it went along. Okay, that's what I remember happening. And I got back into TNG when Doctor Who went off the air. So
now, if Denise Crosby hadn't left the show, how different do you think it would have turned out?
I think it still would have gotten better. I think it would have been all right. I mean, I think it was getting its footing. This is why when Star Trek Discovery came on and the first season was a little rough, I said to myself, look, TNG was a bit rough the first season too. Trouble with Discovery was it just got even worse the second season. And I don't even want to think about the third season. It just kept getting worse. Because I was willing to admit that there were good things in the first season. It wasn't all bad. I mean, there were things I didn't like, but there were things I liked as well. And then we got season 3 and season 2, and it's just no. I tried. It's just it was. You're given the reins of Star Trek. You can do anything, and you make that. I don't understand this. I don't understand. I don't know if I ever will. I guess as Sound and Grave were saying the other night, it's not about profit anymore. Well, what's it about? Making our lives miserable? Because I don't know. But I do know some great science fiction space opera anime if any of you are ever interested in checking it out. Okay. The Japanese were big on space opera in the 90s. Okay, so there's always stuff to discover. Okay.
There truly is.
And hopefully there'll be stuff that gets made anew if somebody out there in Hollywood wants to compete with somebody else for once. Instead of getting chicken every time Disney unveils a new Star Wars movie, we don't have movies that Christmas because it has to be all given over to Star. Anyway, the Basilisk is cool. Okay. I'm very impressed that she put a basilisk. Troy knows what I'm talking about from Archon. Okay, I'm sure there were basilisks in D&D as well. Okay, basilisk is a terrifying mythical creature. You don't want to run into it. I mean, you think Medusa's bad. This thing's a giant snake, and it can also turn you to stone if it doesn't do other things to you first. Okay, come on.
That would be creepy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a creepy monster. Okay, a genuine good monster in this. There's a lot going on in this movie. It doesn't get enough credit for. Okay, you have Lord Voldemort back. You had Gilderoy Lockhart. You have this horrible basilisk thing. You got a lot of nasty stuff in this picture. You had the spider earlier. I think this is the one where she's just having fun. Okay, J.K. Rowling's having a lot of fun. It's like we still have to introduce more things into the world building, so let's have some fun. Let's just have a fun story, and that's what she's delivering. Okay. Doesn't it? Then we start getting more revelatory stuff in the next movie. Okay, about what really happens. This is just really a good yarn. I think Entertainment Weekly called it, this is just a good yarn. But sometimes a good yarn is all you need. Okay.
I wish John Williams had the time to devote it to the film, but I don't know what other film I would have had taken away.
Yep.
I suppose Catch Me If You Can. I wasn't really thrilled with that score, but I'm sure he enjoyed it because it was very jazzy and he got to go back to his roots.
Oh, you do jazz. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to give Harry
jazz group back in college.
Oh, cool. You got to give Harry Potter credit. He killed that thing with his bare hands. Okay. I mean, granted, he had the sword, but still.
Yeah.
He is in the heroic mold. I don't know what his classification he would be. But yeah. He got stuck. Oh, no. Tom Riddle is not happy.
He'll get over it.
He's the bad guy. It's very clever what they did with Voldemort in this movie. That's why I'm saying you're all angry about Lucius. Oh, you didn't try to come back. I'm like, well, Lucius did this thing with your diary. He did something. Okay, he was trying to bring you back this way.
True.
I have no idea. Was the other Voldemort aware of this Voldemort? Would there have been multiple Voldemorts? I don't know. That's what's very confusing to me. Okay. Deer with your mirror, mud,
how
blood.
How many Horcruxes were there? There were
7, I believe. I believe 7. I think we go with the biblical number 7, or I believe that's a biblical number, right? Okay.
And how did he know to stab the book?
How did he know to stab the book?
Yeah.
He knows that the venom can kill him. He uses intuition, okay? And keep in mind something about Harry, okay? There's a part of Voldemort in him, okay?
Right.
So he must have had some inkling that he could do that. Like later on, he's able to see things Voldemort can see, okay? When Voldemort is brought back. Like he sees in dreams. Yeah, Horcruxes are difficult to destroy too, so he did good here. He did good here. He's got basilisk venom in it. I'm assuming that means you're a goner. Okay, that's. Let's.
What mythical creature would you want as a pet if you could have any mythical creature?
Oh, I keep thinking I have an answer for this. I'll get back to. I know I had an answer for that.
I think I would want like a Pegasus creature.
That's a good one.
Open that question up to the chat. What mythical creature would you have if you could have any mythical creature?
A mythical creature. Not a dragon. I don't know. I got to think on this. A magic carpet doesn't count, right?
No.
Oh, no, that wouldn't work either. That could be a no. You don't want that. I was thinking leprechaun, but no leprechauns.
Would a leprechaun be a creature? That's more like a humanoid form.
A leprechaun is a mythical creature, isn't it? It's because it's sentient. Is it because it's sentient? It has to be some sort of animal thing. Okay, I don't know. Let me think on this.
Melissa would have a Medusa. Troy would have a dragon. Then Melissa would have an army of goblins.
So I don't want goblin. I don't want anything smells. Okay, it's like I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just saying. I'm just. I'll have an answer for you next week. I can't think of it right now. What mythical creature would I have for a pet?
And I apologize, everyone. Katie didn't show up. I haven't heard from her.
No, she probably had a good reason. I know she's.
I'm sure she's busy.
Did.
She's got a real job, unlike some people.
Yeah,
talking about myself.
Real job would be nice. I mean, I have a pseudo real job. It's only part time though. Everyone has a real job. If you're getting up in the morning and getting a paycheck at this point, you have a real job, Daniel. Okay.
Okay, that's true. But yeah, I don't have to get up at 2 and do a newscast for weather. So
yes.
God bless her.
Yeah.
And Matthew Flynn, I'm looking forward to your Transformer stream myself. Are you Team Megatron or Team Galvatron? Let me know in the comments below.
Is a gargoyle a mythical creature?
Yes.
Maybe a gargoyle. Except for that one that was in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. I don't want that one because that'll probably tear me a new one. Okay, but anyway. Like the ones from Gargoyles. Of course, they're not really pets. They're sentient beings. I can't really, if I'm going by the Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
Disney. May you never touch gargoyles because you'll ruin it. Anyway, okay, I'm going to be... What?
It was a pretty strong cartoon.
It was a great cartoon. The man that made that went on to do Spectacular Spider-Man.
Really?
The cartoon. It's a very good cartoon on Spider-Man. And then he later run, and after that he did Young Justice. He's a good writer. Good superhero writer. I don't know why they don't use him more on live action superhero shows.
Probably because he does a good job.
Yeah, probably because he does a good job. There you go.
Best way to not get hired. I feel like there should be music here. When is your Donkey Kong Part 2 thing coming out, Sound Engraver? You're releasing it Thursday? Are you going to drop it tonight?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Sound Engraver. I have the I got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for my Switch, and the same guy that did the composed the music for the old games composed the music for that one too. They bring them back for the whenever they do a new one. In fact, the interesting thing about the guy that made the Donkey Kong Country series music is that whenever they would bring them out on the Game Boy Advance, the music wouldn't sound as good because the Game Boy Advance didn't have as good sound chip as the Super Nintendo. So when they ported Donkey Kong Country Thief, they called him back and asked him, help us. And he says, I'm going to write a completely new score for Donkey Kong Country Thief for Game Boy Advance, just for the Game Boy Advance version. So I'm kind of curious about that score now, you know. Isn't that interesting, though? He basically wrote a completely new score because the system it was on couldn't handle the soundtrack that the Super Nintendo did. So
wow.
I think that's dedication, okay?
Matthew Flynn is Team Galvatron. That's interesting.
Oh, wow. Well, good for that. Evelyn Finch, who composed with him, started Donkey Kong right after graduate studies. Great.
You have to answer phone calls because someone's calling to offer you a job, right?
Well, sometimes it's luck, Sound Engraver. Just keep at it. You have the talent.
Did y'all see where Bear McCreary's scoring the new He-Man show on Netflix?
Really? I didn't know that. Hey, that's something, Sound Engraver. Actually, I'll ask you that on your next live stream. I wonder if you've ever considered writing a score for a video game. There are a lot of indie games out there, and they keep making more of them, and some of them are really good too. Of course, I don't know. I'm sure she's been asked that before. You know, come, Dobby, look at that.
He gave me clothes.
Look at that. Darn it, you watch house elves cost. Here we go.
Smack. Yeah.
This had a great trailer. I remember that Lucius Malfoy says, "Isn't it great that Harry Potter will always be around to save the day?" Like there's that line in there, you know? and it was in that trailer. Yeah, he's the bad guy. He was one of Voldemort's people. He was able to get out of it. I guess he hired a good lawyer, and they said, "Oh, I was under a spell. That's why he was working for Voldemort." You know, but never try to save my life again. I pick on the CG. Actually, his CG isn't that bad. I used to pick on it, but actually, it's not holding up so
still looks
badly.
okay.
Yeah, it looks all right. I pick on it. Nearly headless Nick. Got it. Milk John Cleese, right?
Yeah.
We don't have Peeves though. I'm not forgiving these movies for not having Peeves in it. Peeves was the poltergeist. Not a ghost, mind you. Okay. Hermione's back. We have missed her, haven't we? It has not felt right without her being like for half the movie.
I would miss her in the later movies more.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. Sound engraver, great. I recently got a I got a new indie game. It was called Cyber Shadow. It looks like an old NES game, and it has like an 8-bit soundtrack to it. You might want to check that out. Yeah, I think you're right, Troy. Sometimes you don't want the special effects to be perfect. Sometimes it needs to be a little off.
And you are correct again. She did get hot. Yes.
Well,
but not in this one.
Yeah, I know. Here's Hagrid. Now I believe Hagrid's been exonerated for that fact this creature killed that and I think Dumbledore knew the truth, but he couldn't prove it or something, or was like renew something. Dumbledore knew he was a good egg. Yeah, big dude.
I feel like the first Harry Potter score, I mean, a lot of the same themes, they still use them here, but the first score is much better than this one. And then the third one's kind of gets different on us.
They're all clapping for Hagrid. Hagrid deserves a round of applause, right?
He does. He does. He's a good guy.
There's Ginny. Oh, Draco, stop being... The other Slytherins are clapping. Stop being such a drip, okay?
Troy, does Ginny get hotter in later movies for you?
I think Ginny's pretty. I think they're all good-looking actors in these movies usually.
I think I would probably rather date Ginny than Hermione.
Yeah, well, I never thought about it. I never thought about it because I was still in my 20s when I'm seeing these. So it's kind of weird if I see a young actress as a kid, you know, and then I guess maybe that's a hang up I have. I don't know. But like the last, I mean, they're adults now.
They're like in their 30s. I mean, right?
True. Yeah, I always make the excuse for Jennifer Connelly because when I see her as a child, we go, well, but she was older than me, so it's okay. If I had a crush on her, you know. Here we go. Look at that. This is a solid Harry Potter movie. Yeah. I will say in the next one, the effects for the werewolf I didn't care for. It looked goofy. Like I always imagine the books like he turns into a real nasty werewolf like we're used to seeing this, and no, he looks goofy. Okay,
so Troy, are you telling me that Ginny's an Uber driver now? Because I got a coupon.
That's really depressing. Is that true?
What?
That's like that.
That
No,
I have
about
Uber
Ginny being
coupon?
an Uber driver now. Okay,
Oh no, I was being funny. I was making it funny.
that's like the
But
guy who was on the Cosby Show and he was working at Trader Joe's. They're like, I can't believe he's working at Trader Joe's, and it's like, you guys, by going after Cosby, everybody dropped the syndication rights to that show. The guy's not getting royalty checks anymore. He has to go work somewhere, and stop picking on him for having an honest job. Okay.
yeah,
You know,
sure.
he's going and he's working. Okay, this is something I can't stand, and I'm not going to lay blame at certain generations that maybe I'm namesaked after on my thing, but this whole idea of ridiculing someone for their job, if you're working an honest job, you don't deserve ridicule. I don't care what you're doing. Okay, it's ridiculous.
Very, very true.
Okay, you got to get over that. If someone's a garbage man, you know, you need your garbage picked up. Okay,
This is
they're
true.
essential for your neighborhood. Okay. We can get off of this. These jobs are beneath me, okay? And you may find in your life no job is beneath you because you'll end up doing that job at some point. Oh, sorry, I get angry, but it's the classism thing. That's what gets me mad. We don't talk about classism anymore in this country, though. Okay. Oh, Uber hot. He's making fun of the Uber hot. Okay. Oh, I get it. Luna Lovegood got uber hot. I always figured Luna Lovegood would be the one that would turn out the hottest because she was the weird girl in the movies. Okay,
I think out of all the Potter women, I would want to marry Luna more than anyone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: Harry should have ended up with Luna. That's who he should have ended up with. I forgot about her. That would have been that would have been the more inspired choice. Okay, than Ginny Weasley. Okay, I mean Ginny's probably good for him. Blah blah. But I mean Luna Lovegood would have been the more interesting choice. Do you know who got uber hot? Actually, did you ever see the Spy Kids movies?
No, can't say I have.
Okay, well, the young girl in that, the sister of the older brother, which you should see. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. She's nice looking. Okay, all right. And you wouldn't have known it as her when she was a kid. She was in that Machete movie.
Sound Engraver brings up a good point.
My sister has the best work ethic. She was looked down on every day for cleaning dorm rooms at university. There is nothing wrong with being, I guess that's made. I was a custodian once, okay? I loved being a custodian because it was better than having to deal with customers. And I would clean the bathrooms. It was a simple job. I knew what to do. Because I was like a part-time custodian to help this one guy out who I think was going on vacation. So they needed someone to be trained as a custodian. And I also worked at the store as a... on the floor as well. But some of the times of the day of the week, I would also be a custodian. Okay. And it's useful when you're applying for jobs. Say, hey, I was a part-time custodian once. I know how to clean a bathroom. It comes in handy sometimes. Okay. Even when you're not, even then when that's not part of the job,
I get looked down on a lot for cleaning offices.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
I
job.
do. I get looked down a lot.
That's ridiculous. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying that you shouldn't be. Yeah.
I cleaned this law firm for a long time, and I was real close to one of the partners. We were real good friends. And there was another partner there. She was like my age, and my friend Susan was telling me that, like, oh, Paige never can find a nice guy, blah blah. And then she's like, well, why don't you ask out Paige? And I'm like, well, I guess I could. I mean, do we have anything in common? She always seems to not be very talkative. And she's like, well, she likes the same things you like. I'll talk to her. And I'm like, okay. And then like a week later, I said, hey, did you talk to Paige? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you said I should ask out Paige. I never said that. I was like, okay.
Very weird.
And then another time, I was at a defense contractor of mine. There's this girl that worked there. She's like in her like mid-20s, just out of school. And we were talking about, like, decorating houses and stuff. And I was telling her how, every room in my house different color, and I got all this artwork. And she's like, well, that sounds really cool. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm having a party in a couple weeks. I was having a proper English tea party. And I was like, you should come by and just come to the party. And then the next time I'm there, like, one of the top guys called me in his office, and he's like, you don't do that here. And I'm like, do what? I didn't know what the hell he was talking about at first. And then he's like, she would never date someone like you. And I mean, like, oh, you mean a Catholic? Because And I was like, oh, okay. I was so upset. I'm not gonna cry here, god damn it. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not crying in front of you. That was very upsetting.
Yeah, it
But
sounds awful.
But yeah, people will look down on you, and you'd be amazed at people who look down on you, and other people don't. I have a real good friend. He lives in a $1.5 million home. And I think we're perfectly good friends. I could call him right now, and he'd pick up his phone. So, it's people are people sometimes. I don't mean that in a complimentary way.
No. Well, look at it this way. There may come a day when all the lawyers lose their jobs and you still have yours. Okay, so.
Yeah. I was considered essential all through the lockdown.
There you go. Also, what do you call it? Yeah. Well, have you ever thought about cleaning crime scenes?
No.
Okay. No. Okay.
No.
There was actually.
I have a criminal justice degree, but no, that never crossed my mind.
Well, you even have a degree. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay.
I have like 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Wow. Okay.
5. Wait.
I got a few. I mean, if we're counting
5,
the AAs, that would be 4 if we're counting the A, which I don't know if that counts since I did.
It's a degree.
Yeah.
It is a degree.
So then I would have 4. Okay. All right. But I'm just thinking yeah, it's ridiculous though. But what else did I want to mention to you? You like nonfiction, right?
Yeah.
I want to recommend a show for you to watch. Okay. It's do you know who Errol Morris is?
I do not.
It's free on YouTube. You can watch this show. It's called First Person by Errol Morris. Okay. Each episode he interviews a different person. Okay. And it runs the gamut of different people. One of the people he interviews is a crime scene cleaner. Okay. Another person he interviews was a pilot that had to land a plane when all the engines failed. Another person he interviews was a guy who was obsessed with getting on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They're all these weird. Some of them are normal people, and then some of them are just weird. Like he interviewed a mob lawyer once, like a mafia lawyer. He interviewed a forensic psychologist. The guys that helps track down the serial killers. He interviewed that. So there are people from all walks of life. I recommend you watch this. In fact, maybe I'll send you the link when this is over. You can check it out.
Yeah.
But if you're into nonfiction stuff, and it's free, it's on YouTube, so legally too. So
Okay.
But Errol Morris does great documentaries. He recently did a series for Hulu, actually. Filmed in Panavision cameras, color by Technicolor. What? This is not a British movie. It's an American movie.
Special effects by ILM.
Actually, is this considered a British movie? No, this is categorized as American, I believe, even though it's basically has an entire British cast. It was probably shot in England. I think it's still considered a British. Oh, there's a thing at the end. There's a teaser at the end. Ha 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 ha! Oh, I never saw this before. There's a stinger at the end of the movie. What?
That's right. That's why you say through the credits.
I never knew that we had that. Ha 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 ha! Oh, it's Gilderoy Lockhart on a cover book. Who am I? Because the reverse thing happened with his spell. Oh man. Okay, I didn't realize that. Do the other ones have stingers at the end? I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. Well, this was fun.
So next week, either Fistful of Dollars or the next Harry Potter. Perhaps
the next Harry Potter. Perhaps Katie may grace us with her presence, and she's going to owe us Suspiria.
I'm not mad at her. I fully understand.
No, well, I can be mad for you. Okay, she's got to watch Suspiria.
I have no ill.
Suspiria is one of the scariest movies ever made, and it's about witchcraft. Oh man, it has a great score. Actually, I don't know if I'll ever force you to watch it. I know you're not into the horror as much, so I got to be careful if I ever have you watch a horror. But
it kind of depends on the type of horror movie it is.
Okay. Well, okay, we'll talk about it later. I don't know if it's for you or not, but Suspiria as a, it's The only thing scarier than the last 10 minutes of the Suspiria are the first 92. The trailer says or something like that. You know, it's like. But I like its portrayal of witchcraft. Witchcraft is just evil. Okay, it's only used for bad. There's none of this. No white witches or anything. No, it's just bad. It's how it probably is in the real world. But not that I want to talk about such things on the stream. But anyway, okay. All right, but this was fun. Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for coming by. Have a good night, Jedi Masters Utopia. Thank you so much, everyone who comes by and watches these. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll probably get some views on this. And hopefully we'll have a guest next week. But if not, well, I wish her well regardless. I know she's doing important work. Okay, she's helping out the
Leia plus size wants to come on. We're doing 2 Captain America movies in the
Why
future.
not? We can have her on for Captain America.
And
I actually have those on DVD. Okay,
good. I do too. And Big Al wants to do the 2 Conan movies with us.
Yeah, I'd like to do Conan. I can ramble on a bit about Conan. I love. If you have the DVD for that, you should listen to the audio commentary with him with Schwarzenegger and John Milius.
Oh, I bet that's good.
I have to tell you, Schwarzenegger. You remember the character McBain on The Simpsons? He's acting like McBain on the. Yes. I guess McBain was based on him anyway. The stuff he's making, like, why is the kid wearing lipstick? And it's like the director's like, his lips are just red. He wasn't wearing lipstick that day. It's cold out. Okay, it's like he makes these stupid comments all throughout the movie. It's
Arnold.
Yes, good old Arnold. Oh man, Commando. I don't know if we want to do we have to make Arnold movies a good soundtracks though. Total Recall has a good soundtrack. Do that.
Yes, one of Jerry Goldsmith's personal favorites, in fact.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this was fun, and I guess we'll catch everyone later, right?
Yep. Remember, adopt, don't chop, people, and have a good night. And keep listening to those great film scores. We'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night.